does not need wine to be able to find something. In fact, it introduces wine that invalidates the other. It's coin, simcha, should come from pure unadulterated closeness. For us also, it teaches us, we're all looking for happiness. And happiness comes like this. One thing's happiness will come from money. Some things happiness is going to come from possessions. Some things happiness is going to come from career. That's going to come from this. And at the end of the day, happiness comes from one place and one place. Closest to it. You can hear that some of the two. Closest to powerful. And also, not only do you have everything, beautiful, unbridled, uncontrollable, true, sinful in life. Only but yeah, coming on side, can't be there with you in person. But true. Morning, good morning, is this close? Hashem feels like that one on side, I'm not there in person, but very much want to thank the Tech Levels. So I also want to thank all of our sponsors. The sponsors with info will be listed in there. Hashem. In the description on the YouTube video as well as the podcast description as well. We'll say with that, let us begin. Today's daf is page 83. We are picking up on
what up, Chef Mario? How you looking, Pam?
About 14 lines up on the bottom with 2 dots. So the Mishnah told us.
I didn't realize you have that many. How many fucking cameras do you have in your room, bro?
33, big dog.
12?
33.
33?
You've got it.
Holy motherfucker. And I'm assuming that they're just all, like, basically devices, right? It's not like cameras, literally, right?
No, there are a bunch of cameras. I've got 22 live streams going on YouTube alone.
Yeah. I saw that. I saw your link tree, and then you have the playlist, like what is it? It's a search. I think it's a search of your name on YouTube. That's a link with you.
Yeah, and it's just live after live after live, right? You can find the link in the upper left corner.
I get it.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so you ready to talk, Chef Mario? What's good, baby?
No, I'm doing great, bro. How are you doing?
Kicking ass, taking names. You were here yesterday. Have I had the chance to tell you my whole...
I couldn't hear you. There was so much going on. I was like, oh, and then my phone started ringing. I had my mom calling me, and I'm like, oh, fuck, so I had to leave. And, yeah.
All right, big dog. First and foremost, are your Blue Jays going to win tonight?
Hell yeah.
Okay.
Actually, I should change my... I changed my Facebook picture to Blue Jays picture. How do I do it on here? It's so stupid. I hate how Discord changed the way everything is now.
Yeah, it sucks. Go to settings.
Edit profile. Change. Upload image. I already have the Blue Jays. There it is.
All right, excellent. All right, Chef Mario, have I ever given you my spiel?
Okay. See, there we go.
All right, big dog. It's changed. Looks beautiful. All right, have I ever given...
That looks good, no?
Absolutely. Have I ever given you my spiel?
Your spiel?
Yeah. Why I do this?
What do I need your spiel? Why you do this? Because you got the World Guinness Book record for blah, 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 right?
Yeah, but I could care less about that. Okay, let me give it to you.
You do it for free speech. Yeah.
Incorrect.
Isn't that what it was?
No, I like free speech, but I do it for world peace. Let me just give you my spiel.
World peace. Yeah, world peace. Yes, that's what I read. Sorry. I apologize.
Okay, so you haven't heard me say it.
World peace.
Come on, it's a show.
Yeah. Yep. It's like the Truman Show. All right, how about here? Where's the closest camera you have online?
In the upper left corner of this Discord, you'll see a red circle that says 24/7 YouTube streams. If you just go to that link, you'll get them all.
Well, yeah, I have them on my screen right now. Actually, you can't see because I don't have it here. Let me turn my camera.
All right, big dog. Whatever makes you happy.
Let me get my setup all set up here.
Whatever makes you happy.
I can show you my 24/7 live stream.
I've seen it, dog. That's why I knew. Dog, I've seen it. That's why I knew you were a Blue Jays fan.
Yep. I do have, when I go to, I should start doing it. When I go to sleep, I have a little, it's a little Chef Mario sitting on the couch, like he fell asleep. So, you know what I'm saying? So I think I'm going to start doing that when I go to work. I used to put up a thing like "Gone to work, see you later" kind of thing. You know? But
absolutely. Dude, you have one.
I have it set up where I could live stream from the kitchen and have it pop up on my stream, you know?
Whatever floats your boat, big dog. All I know is that you have one of the most professional. All I know is that you have one of the most professional kick setups I've ever seen, but you have no one watching you. Join the club.
Join the club?
Absolutely. It's hard to get anybody to watch you on kick.
Oh yeah, there's 2 people over there right now.
Dog,
I keep getting followers every day, but I can tell that they're bots because I had to change my settings for my chat to followers only in chat because I was getting those bots saying, if you want to get more followers, go to this link and pay money and then we'll send followers. And I'm like, I'm not paying for you to set a bot to go watch my, you know, like, shut up.
100%. I know quite well.
How do you have this story?
Absolutely. Okay, so you don't want my spiel.
What's your spiel?
Thank you for the opportunity. My name is Rabbi ROTHSCHILD. I shoot my life 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year for world peace. I've been doing so for more than 3.5 years. My streams go back to the pandemic. We've seen the death of a queen, the birth of AI, the coronation of a king, and everything in between. Chef Mario, have you ever seen the movie The Truman Show or the television show Big Brother?
Yeah.
Excellent. Well, that's essentially what my life is. I'm always essentially on camera. I want you to know, if you weren't already aware, that The Economist magazine in 2018 stated that data was Earth's #1 resource, more valuable than food, water, gold, air, petroleum, and I have more data archived on the internet than any person ever, which may make me an influential person someday. And if and when that happens, I want to make you, your friends, your family, all exceptionally wealthy. I want you to have generational wealth if you don't already. I want you to be financially independent if you're not already. And I want you to be able to start charities and philanthropic organizations of your own. How does that sound, Chef Mario?
Sounds amazing, bro.
Excellent.
Amazing.
Excellent. I talk about other things like ending world hunger through the use of technology such as agricultural drones, floating greenhouses, saltwater greenhouses, hydroponics, vertical farming, cloud seeding. I want to help end world thirst. I'm sponsored by a cryptocurrency that's worth about $100 million. And one of the things that we do is we build wells in developing nations like Nigeria for the benefit of the less fortunate. I'm an advocate for the life straw program, and most importantly, desalination technology, where we pump Earth's seawater onto land to make it drinkable. How do those things sound to you, Chef Mario?
Sounds like a lot of work.
All right, well, you're not the one having to do it. I'm also a futurist. I enjoy speaking and learning about topics such as anti-gravity, antimatter, faster than light travel, faster than light communication, things like Santa Claus machines, replicators, things like space tourism, space elevators, intergalactic travel, terraforming of other planets. I like to talk about things like de-extinction. People don't know this, but the first successful de-extinction took place in the year 2003 with the Pyrenean ibex, which was a goat located in northern Spain, southern France. Fast forward to the year 2021, a company out of Dallas, Texas is founded known as Colossal Glass Scientific. They've made it their goal that within the next 3 years, or by the year 2028, to reintroduce the woolly mammoth into the Arctic Circle utilizing Asian elephant surrogates. I think this is a mind-blowing goal. Following the reintroduction of the woolly mammoth, they want to reintroduce the Tasmanian tiger, followed by the dodo bird. I talk about other things that may impact you someday, Chef Mario, your friends, your family. Things like your life expectancy. When you were born, Chef Mario, the average life expectancy for you or someone like you was probably about age 80 years old. I want to increase that to age 100, 120 through the use of technology such as oxygen therapy, human growth hormone, stem cells, peptides, things like cold shock therapy, nootropics, cryogenics, things like perhaps red light therapy and ambrosia therapy and testosterone replacement therapy. But eventually you may get to be 120 years old. You may say, Rabbi, it's been a really great run. Back in 2025, everything that you said came true. It's been wonderful. What's the next plan, though? My body's starting to break down. And this is all with your consent. If you want, you may be able to utilize a type of technology known as mind uploading technology, where, with your consent, we scan your brain into a computer like a CAT scan or an MRI, knowing where every atom is in your central nervous system and your peripheral nervous system for later download as an android, an avatar, a cyborg, a cybernetic being, a clone of yourself, a robot, an ethereal being, whatever you want to be. But essentially what I'm saying to you, Chef Mario, is that you may have the opportunity of digital immortality. What are your thoughts? You're muted, big dog. I hope you are as inspired as us.
Yes, sorry.
You're good, baby.
I was watching. Yes, I was listening. It sounds great. Sounds great.
Excellent. Well, that's what I do. I have over 100 YouTube accounts, over 200 Instagram accounts, over 500 Twitch accounts, over 1,000 TikTok accounts, over 2,000 Twitter accounts, over 5,000 Blue Sky accounts, and over 10,000 Kick accounts. I have more social media than any person ever.
It's a lot of money.
Oh, I don't know
You
about
must
that.
be like a billionaire.
Trillionaire, perhaps.
Where? I'm not asking for your fucking GPS coordinates.
That's okay. It's in my description. Yeah, based out of Irvine, California.
California.
Word, dog.
What's the weather there? What's the temperature?
Like,
It's 50 here.
yeah, it's like 72 degrees.
It's 50 where I am. It's actually kind of a fall.
Excellent. 72, which is like
It's 10 degrees Celsius, so that's 10 degrees higher than freezing, because freezing is 0. I don't understand why the Americans. What does water freeze at Fahrenheit?
32 degrees.
32?
Yeah.
33?
32.
32?
Word, dog.
So wouldn't it make more sense to start at 0 and go up and down from 0? Like 0 makes sense to me for freezing.
Yeah, no, I'm in agreement. I'm all for the conversion to metric and Celsius. I'm all for the conversion to metric and Celsius, so you don't have to convince me.
Like I get roast, but what's weird is where I work, our freezer is outside. Like it's like a little building, whatever, but it's outside, right? And there's a digital temperature gauge on the outside. Well, it says F at the end, so I'm assuming it's Fahrenheit, right? Because it's F. If it was Celsius, it would be C. So for the longest time, bro, it was at like between minus 15 and minus 20. I'm like, that just don't make sense to me. There's no way that freezer can be that cold in Fahrenheit, right?
Okay.
That's impossible. And why would you need your freezer that cold anyways?
Do you know what my favorite temperature is aside from 69?
What?
Negative 40. Because negative 40 is the same in Celsius as it is in Fahrenheit.
Yeah. always have my I have like a wall unit that's like you see in a hotel. It's like heat and air conditioning, and I always just leave it at like 69. In the wintertime, I put the heat on, and in the summer, I put the air conditioner on. But I like it being. I don't like sweating at night or being hot. You know what I mean? I like to have at least be able to warm up. You know?
Absolutely.
It seems more cozy now.
100%.
Who wants to sweat? Like, it's not an enjoyable sleep. That's why I tell people when they try to troll me, bro, and I play along with their heads, bro, you know what I say?
What do you say,
I say, you know what, bro? Tonight, you're going to have the worst dream about me. You're going to have a dream about me tonight. You're going to think about Chef Mario. And you're just going to just be sweating. And you're just going to just think about me. Just weird dreams. And I said, you know what? He said, what? I'm like, better yet, you know what you should do? Go on Amazon right now. Go purchase a new fucking bed, a mattress. Because you're going to sweat so much thinking about me that you're going to be like, sweat is going to be filling your fucking mattress. It's going to smell. You might as well just buy a new one. So just go buy one right now because tomorrow you're going to need a new mattress.
Wow, you don't fuck around.
Just saying, like, you don't play with me. I'll play with your head because you know what's going to happen. He's going to go to bed that night and he's going to think about me, bro. He's going to go, my motherfucker.
Good on you, big dog. All right, so have you been? Do you only stream on Kick or do you multi-stream?
I'm on Twitch because I use Restream, but I just use the free one, so you can only do the two.
Right.
So I just have Twitch and Kick. Sometimes I'll make a YouTube video from that, or I'll just turn off Twitch and turn on YouTube when I make a video on YouTube.
You want a pro tip?
I'm also on TikTok.
Okay.
I go in the lives there on TikTok. Do you ever go live on TikTok?
Word, dog.
So that's the one social media thing you don't have is TikTok? Are you kidding me?
No, I have
That's
over.
where you get the views.
Quit it, dude. I have over 1,000 TikTok accounts. No, I do.
You should go live on TikTok.
I do. I do, but it sucks that if you stream on TikTok for more than an hour, you have to do a captcha. I don't like that.
Yeah, but I can go live on TikTok right now, and it'd be cool if I could basically stream this, like, or have a channel, like a Discord channel where people come in, and it's like, it's you as the host, you can mute me, right?
Yeah.
I'm saying, like, you can mute me so no one can hear me. So it's almost like you're kind of unmute to let them talk, or I don't know.
Yeah, but
like a talk show.
I agree with you, but then every hour you have to do a captcha. And if you want to do a lot of live streaming on it, that gets really annoying.
Yeah.
That's if you're using...
you can set up an auto clicker.
That's correct. But you have to do a captcha. So an auto clicker doesn't really work with that. But if you use a PC and the TikTok studio, you don't have to do that. So you don't have to do a captcha.
Do you have physical webcams, different webcams?
Yeah, I've got a ceiling cam. I've got a bunch of... Yeah.
Because I was thinking some of your devices could even just be an old phone. It could just be a small tablet, like a cheap tablet. As long as it's a camera, and you just go live on it, right? It doesn't have to be But I mean, I guess that would be way more expensive to get a fucking phone or a tablet.
Dog, I got in front of me 15 phones, and over there another 8 phones. And tablets, I've got 2 tablets right here, another 4 over there. I've got tons of tablets. I've got tons of phones. So, what's on your agenda for?
I'm good with.
Absolutely. What's on your agenda for today, Chef Mario?
I'm off today. I'm happy that I work today.
That's amazing. All right, so you're gonna go live on TikTok or on?
I'm live right now.
Are you live on Kick?
live on Kick and Twitch.
Okay,
I'm
that's
showing
fine.
you. You're the star of the show, bro.
Excellent. Welcome, everybody.
Everybody heard your spiel. I'm gonna let everybody know your spiel. They heard you.
They heard me,
There's nobody
absolutely.
here. There's 12 people. There's 12 people on Kick right now.
Yo, Kick, I'm the most infamous person on that platform. I'm friends with Eddie Craven. Eddie Craven and I are Discord friends. That's big time. I hope you're all doing well. You all should know who I am. If you don't, you will. Just check Chef Mario's clips, and you can do that to just about any user on Kick, and it looks like the same thing. Rabbi Rothschild, Rabbi Rothschild, Rabbi Rothschild, etc., etc., etc. So that's pretty baller. Okay, well, Chef Mario,
You gotta turn up the volume for me though. Can you turn up the volume for me?
This is as loud as I get.
No, because I'm watching. Oh, you know what? Because I'm watching you on one of your devices.
All right, big dog. I don't know what you want me to do.
I can hear myself in the background.
All right. What I can tell you is this: if you want to live stream on multiple devices, so that you're live on YouTube, Twitch, Kick, and Rumble simultaneously for free, just create a Rumble account and use their Rumble Studio, and you can multi-stream on essentially unlimited devices. Or I should say unlimited platforms, but unlimited devices as
So
well.
can you get the Rumble Studio like as an Windows or it's online browser?
It's a browser.
It's a browser studio. I should look into that.
It works
So I
perfect.
can do all three.
Yeah, and
But certain things I don't want on YouTube because YouTube has a stupid fucking copyright shit all the time. You know?
yeah, dude, I understand. So then you just
That's why
shut that one off whenever you don't want to be streaming on YouTube.
Yeah.
But Rumble Studios,
That's why I'll turn off Twitch sometimes because it doesn't matter if I have Twitch off because sometimes it's better to restart it anyways because your followers you get a notification, right?
word. Rumble allows you to multi-stream for free. So, like, you know how Restream?
I'll do that right now.
Absolutely. So create a Rumble account, and then in the upper right corner. Okay, so just
I'll
log.
do it right now. See?
Okay. So then log in, and then in the upper right corner, you'll see a drop down to go live, but then click Rumble Studio. There you go. And then you just need to log into your YouTube
On the left or the right, the studio.
on the right, upper right corner.
Oh, right there, Rumble Studio. There we go.
Yep. And so you just log in with your YouTube, your Twitch, and then get your stream key from Kick and put it in there, and then you go live on all four at once. Yeah, it's fancy. You want to put in your description and everything, so copy it from Kick. I really mean this, Chef Mario. I see.
Use this already? I did not use this already.
You haven't, baby. This is brand new.
See, I did go live on there before. See, I do have some videos.
Yeah, you might have gone live using Rumble, but you likely didn't go live using Rumble Studio.
Right. So what do I do here?
Okay, so in the left corner or in the left side, you'll see connections. Do you see connections?
Where?
Go to your profile. Go to your profile.
I'm gonna change that picture.
All right, do whatever makes you happy, my man.
Picture.
You can do that, I believe. You do that in the not in Rumble Studio. You do that in like the profile part, which is in just Rumble.
Oh, here it is. Streaming platforms. Added a new destination. Okay, here we go. Connections.
That's correct.
Add a new connection. Let's do it. I'm going to do it right now.
Excellent. I'm here to help.
Connected.
It's really simple.
Connected. Add another one. What did I do?
Twitch.
YouTube. I did Twitch.
Okay, then YouTube.
YouTube. Can you do a Facebook page? No, you can't do a Facebook page.
You can do Facebook Live.
I wonder if it'll let me choose. Might as well connect it, right?
Exactly. You can always just turn the toggle. You can always turn the toggle.
I don't think I.
Okay, so for X, you need a premium account.
Yeah, I think I might not have it anymore. I think I got rid of it, but whatever.
That's okay.
Locals.
It's like
something different.
Yeah, it's a new thing.
And then they have a custom. Oh, they have a custom.
Yeah.
So that's where I put my cake.
Exactly. So get your stream key and make sure to keep it.
Yeah, I know. So now what I would do is when I'm in Rumble Studio, we just refresh this. I put this into. I could put this right into OBS. Really.
You could do that as well.
Put the stream into. Just run that and just have it. Yeah.
Or you could run.
Right.
Or you could run OBS into that. So you do that through.
Just instead of using Stream, use Rumble.
That's
basically
what.
You're telling me.
That's exactly right, man.
So, because I have OBS where for restreamers, right? The controls are all in there. Restream channels are all on there, so I can toggle on and off right from OBS.
Yeah. So what you want to do?
So I love OBS.
Okay, great. So then OBS is your primary software that you're going to use. But then when you, before you go live, you have it do a virtual camera, and then it'll show everything from your OBS.
Exactly. Yeah. I can do a banner. Display this banner on your stream. Stream details. Stream settings, podcast. Okay. So it has all the same stuff. It has the chat.
Yeah, it will combine all the chats into one.
And then I can toggle it. That's really cool.
Hey, Rabbi.
What up, big dog?
I'm trying to Rumble Studio.
Yes, sir.
I'm trying to stream okay. I need stream key.
Yeah, do you know where to find it?
Yeah, you go to settings and then go to oh no, it's under.
It's under Creator Dashboard.
No, it's under channel. It's not under settings, which is weird. It's not under settings. You go under channel and then the last one is stream URL and P. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It's weird. Why would that not be under settings?
I didn't design it.
I would assume it'd be under settings. So kick would be. I like that I have a glove on.
Word dog.
What's that sound?
That's Chef Mario.
During your 6-digit verification code. Oh, fuck off. Okay, I'll do that later. I'll do kick later.
We charge you kick later.
I wonder if I can turn that off on my kick. Or is it going to keep asking me for a phone? I don't know if I can get that fucking code. To switch phones.
It goes to your email.
I know, and I have to authorize the app on my phone, so I'm gonna have to reach
It doesn't go to your phone. It goes to your email. So go to the email. Go to the email associated with your Kick account.
There he is. He looks nice and comfy.
That's what I do best.
Good, Rabbi.
Excellent.
Oh, I gotta answer somebody else. I'll see you in a bit, okay?
Take care, Chef Mario.
Thank you, Mario.
All right, did you get it, Brandon?
No, I'm still having trouble.
Okay, show me your stream and I'll walk you through it.
Is that okay?
Show me. Are you showing me your screen?
I'm still in costume. Thank you, Rabbi.
You want me to show? You want me to help you?
That's what's the destination I was stream like you.
Okay, excellent. Okay. So this is Rumble, right? Is this Rumble, Brandon?
Rumble Studio.
Okay, so go to Kick.
Kid. Okay. Kid.
Yeah, upper right corner. Go to Creator Dashboard. Yep. On the left side, what are the options?
Rose, Denise, URL, and key.
Stream key. Go to key. What?
It's asking for my Gmail.
Okay, so check your Gmail.
Shift Mario did the same thing?
Yep. Okay, now the first thing of text, just hit the copy button.
Yeah.
And then put it into Rumble. Yep. And then take that one and put it into Kick, or put it into Rumble. Yep. And then name it Kick at the very top of that. It should say, you should want to call it Kick. Kick. Yep, right there. And then hit the green button. Okay. Now you can go live. Yeah, so, yep, right there. Okay, and then click the second one. Okay, so click the one. Yeah, click the ones you want. Okay, go back. Yeah. Okay. No, go back to Rumble. Okay. Yeah. So I don't normally do it this way. Okay, so click the back button in the upper left corner. Yeah. Okay, now do you see there are 4 choices at the top? Do the second one. Yeah, the second one. That one.
Okay.
Click it. Okay, yeah, this is the one that I do. Okay, so you don't really care what the name of it is right now. You're just testing, right?
No.
Okay, so then click the little toggles on the right side for YouTube. Yeah, the YouTube and Twitch. Click all those. And then name your stream whatever you want. Brandon's test stream or whatever. Put in the description. You can just say test or whatever you want. Copy and paste. Yep, that's fine. Okay, and pick it any category you want. Okay. I choose. That's fine. Excellent. Okay, now click the green button. Actually, I messed up. Go back. Hit the upper left corner back. Yeah. Okay. Second one. Yep, just paste back into everything. Okay, and then you might need a picture. Click a thumbnail. Yeah. Yeah, whatever you want. Go to photos. No, you're okay. That's fine. I don't know if you need one. That's okay. You can close that. Hit cancel there. Okay. Now, do you see? Hold on. Just put your mouse down. Okay, move your mouse to the right. A little bit more. No. Move your mouse. Do you see where there are? Okay, wait. Yeah. Okay, good. Okay, up. Move your mouse up. Move your mouse up. Wait, stop. Hold on. Quit moving it. No, quit moving. Only move your mouse when I tell you. Okay. Move your mouse down a little bit. You're okay. Move your mouse down a little bit. Stop. No, up. Back up. Back up. Move your mouse up. Stop. Move your mouse to the left. Down. That one. Okay, what are the options there? Okay. Okay, click that. Okay, now scroll down. Okay, see that green button? There you go. So, there you go. Okay, now you want to hit allow. There you go. Now wait. Okay, do you see that there are 5 choices at the top? Press the second one. No, to the left. No, 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 no. To the left. There are like 5. No, keep going. Keep going to the left. Way over to the left. Like in the middle of the page. Keep going to the left. Keep going to the left. 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 Keep going to the left. That's right. You want to go to the left. There you go. Keep going. Keep going to the left. There you go. Okay, do you see there? Hold on. Not what you want to do yet. There you go. Okay, do you see there are 5? Stop. There are 5 choices right above. Okay, right above your mouse, like maybe an inch. Yeah, that one. Click the second one. There you go. Okay, now scroll down at the bottom, and you're gonna see like a microphone and a camera. Make sure the microphone's on. Make sure the microphone's on. Okay, it should be good. It should be good. But just make sure. Okay, we'll test it. Okay, now you can press the button in the upper left corner, the green button. Okay, and then make sure all your stuff is clicked to the right, and then hit the green button to go live. All right, you're going live, big dog. So it's checking everything. Okay, something isn't working. Your X isn't working. That's okay. You need to have a premium X account to be able to stream on X. So don't worry about that at all. Hit the proceed without X. Yeah. All right, so you're going live now. And this is what I do. All right, you're live right now. All right. Now, in the upper right corner, you should see chat. There you go. So that's all your chats right there. And I'm going to check, and I'm going to make sure that we can hear you, at least on Kick. All right. So what's your username on Kick?
My username is I love my horse Sunny.
I love my horse, Sunny. Okay. Yep. Hold on a second. Talk.
Hello?
Okay, your microphone's not working. So we need to turn your microphone on. Do you see? Yeah. Okay, pick your microphone. Okay, now I can hear you. Yep, now I can hear you now. Okay, let's check your YouTube. What's your YouTube username? Just one moment. What's your YouTube username? No, don't do that. Just tell it to me. You okay? Just tell me it.
SC, capital S, lowercase c, Guy,
SC Day Ship?
SC, Guy, ship. Pick them out too.
It's the one with the horse, you said? Oh, okay, that's a boat. Okay. Okay, ship. Oh, that one's not you. Okay. Okay, so it's SC. S is in Sam. C is in cat. SC Daddy Ship. I found it. Is it SC Daddy Ship 3041? You're okay, big dog. Okay. Is there a 3041 at the end? Yeah. Yeah, I see it. But that one is not live. Are you sure that's the one you connected to Rumble? That's okay. End your stream in the upper left corner. End stream. Yep. Okay, now we're going to go click the left arrow in the upper left corner. Yep, upper left corner. Go to connections. It's in the upper left corner. It's like the third one down. Upper left corner. No, up. You're going to see it in the left corner. Yo, what's going on, Pistol? Just one moment, Pistol. I'm helping a friend. Just one moment. Okay, just one moment. I'm helping a friend. So you're good. So Brandon, go to connections. It's in the upper left corner. It's the last one. No, upper left. Keep going. No, left. That's right, left. Do you see there are options on the left-hand side? Left, like along the left wall? Do you see? Do you know what side the left is? Okay. Do you see there are 4 choices on the left part? They're stacked vertically.
Yeah.
Okay, click the bottom one.
The bottom.
Yeah.
Okay.
Where's your mouse? Shake your mouse.
Right here. It's on the brain test stream.
Yeah, don't. Okay. So in the upper left corner, do you see there are 4 icons?
Yes.
Okay, click
I
the.
see direct RMTP.
No. Brandon, stop. Brandon, stop. That's in the middle. Do you know what the left is? To the left. The left. All the way on the far left part of the screen. Brandon, do you see? Put your mouse in the far left corner. Now, do you see there are 4 icons along the left edge? Brandon, do you see where it says Rumble Studio in the upper left corner?
Yeah.
Okay, a little to the left of where the Rumble Studio, it says Rumble Studio, there are 4 icons. they're stacked vertically on top of each other. Do you see them? I'm not mad at you. Don't worry. So, do you see where it says Rumble Studio in the upper left corner?
Yes.
Do you now see that there are 4 icons to the left of that along the left side of the screen?
No.
Do you see the 4 icons?
Yes, the 4 icon. I see the dollar sign. Here.
Okay, so click the bottom one. Yes. The bottom of the 4 icons. There you go. Click that.
Okay, I'm on it.
Click it. Are you clicking it?
Yes, I'm to it.
What is it? Okay, Brandon. Do you see where it says Rumble Studio in the upper left corner?
Yes.
Put your mouse there. Okay, is your mouse in the upper left corner on Rumble Studio?
Yes.
Now move your mouse a little to the left, like an inch.
Not there.
Okay, now do you see there are 4 icons? 4 pictures. Do you see 4 pictures?
Yeah.
Okay, so click the bottom picture.
Bottom picture.
Yeah, that one. Okay, click the picture above it. No, not there. Okay. See if I can make your screen bigger.
Don't take out key.
Hold on. I made my screen bigger. Just a moment. Did you find it?
Okay, here it is.
Okay, just one moment. I'm gonna leave and come back because I can't see your stream.
Okay.
It says the stream has ended. Start your stream up again. There you go. Hold on. There you go. Don't move. Okay. Do you see in the upper left corner, there's a house?
Yeah.
Okay. Go lower than the house. Go all the way. There's like a gear, the last choice. That one. Okay. Now, do you see where it says Manage Connections under Settings? Nope. Up. Up to the left. There you go. Down. There you go. Okay. Now your YouTube has already been connected, and yeah, click there. I'm not mad at you, Brandon. I'm not mad at all. Click the 3 dots.
Okay.
Remove.
Okay.
Go to add new connection.
I need connections.
YouTube.
Okay.
Now hold on. Now that Brandon account. Just one moment. You want it to be the SC Daddy one.
Yeah.
Click that. Okay. Good. You can close that. Yep. And then remove X. So, because that's going to get in the way again. Remove. Exactly. Okay. Now go in the upper left corner where the house is. And then do the second one, the second option. Just like we did. Yeah, that one. No, not that one. The second one. That one. Okay. And do the second one from the top. And yeah, the second one. That's the third one. The second one. That one. Yeah. And then turn your camera on at the bottom. Okay, and turn your microphone on. Okay, now in the upper left corner, hit end stream. Yeah, click that. Okay, go to the second choice over. That one. That one. Yeah. Okay, click the green button. All right. Click all the stuff that we did earlier. So the thing on the right side, YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, all that stuff. Kick. Okay. Scroll down. Yeah. Pick a category. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Scroll up. Okay, click the where it says user account. Yeah, that. Click that. Yeah. Click that. Okay, scroll down. Okay, scroll down. There you go. Green button. Yep, that one. Okay. Yep, that one. Camera. Okay, and the second one in. Okay. No, the reason why it's not working, you have to click the second option at the very top. At the very top. No, to the left. No, cancel. Get out of here. Yeah, okay. Wait, stop. Don't, yeah, a little to the right. The second one. That one. There you go. Okay. You're okay. Everything looks good. Go live. Upper left corner, the green button. Okay, go live. You're good. Okay, now we're gonna test and see if it works. Okay, so YouTube's not working. Have you ever live streamed on YouTube?
Yeah, Rolex. That was it.
Okay.
It's less than 3 times.
Okay. Click the red button.
Right, but you straight.
Yep, end stream.
Okay.
Okay. Let's go to YouTube. Open up YouTube.
Okay.
Upper right corner where your icon is.
Yeah.
Yeah, go to Creator Studio.
Studio.
Yeah, it's the fourth one down. No, no, no. There you go. Creator Studio. It's the fourth one down. That one.
Okay.
Okay, now just hold on one moment. No, get out of here. Cancel. Cancel. Okay, just one moment. Okay. Everything looks okay. Let's go back to Kick it. Let's go back to Rumble and try it again. If it doesn't work, that's okay. We'll try in 12 hours or so. And if it doesn't work then we'll try in another 12 hours. I was having trouble with this myself. So don't fret. Don't worry about it too much. Okay, hit the red button to end stream. Yep. Okay, second one in. Yep, that one. That one, yeah. Okay, the green button. Okay, click all the stuff. Yes. User. No, keep YouTube on. Keep YouTube on. We're going to try it again. That's okay. Yeah. Oh, I know what I wanted you to check. Green. Yeah, that's fine. Hit the green button. Yeah, green button. That one. Yeah. That's fine. Okay, open a new tab. Okay, and go to YouTube. Okay, and then in the upper right corner, not where your ship is, but you should see like a little camera. Not there. No, no. Next to that, to the left. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Go live. Click the go live. Yeah. Okay. Here we go. Live streaming has been disabled. Please review YouTube policies for more information. Okay. So something went wrong, and you're not allowed to live stream on YouTube. And we have to figure out why. All right, go to your email for that account. Oh, I know why. Because you were live streaming the NFL. You're not allowed to do that. Yeah, so go to your, now search YouTube. Yeah, go, get out of here. No, in your email. Go back to your email. Search YouTube. Okay, go to your Gmail. Okay, search YouTube. YOUTUBE.
Here's my YouTube account.
Okay, search YouTube. In the search, there's a search at the very top. No, go back. Go to your Gmail. Go to your Gmail. Go to your email. Now search YouTube in the search at the very top. No, no. Go back to YouTube. All right. Do you see where it says search messages?
Yeah.
Type in there YouTube. And then press enter when you.
Like I said, it looks like the community guidelines. They're looking to me like we were making on YouTube.
Yeah, big dog. So you're not allowed to stream on YouTube. So if something's copyrighted, meaning you didn't make it, it's being made by someone else, like it's live TV or it's a movie or it's a song, you can't play it on these streams, on these platforms. Does that make sense? Okay, that's all right. So for now, you're not going to be on YouTube, but you'll be on Kick and Twitch and Rumble. So that's okay. So let's go back to just click the red button. Okay, or you could do that and just remove YouTube. Yep. That's okay. Yeah, quick green. Okay, so you're going to be live on Rumble, Twitch, Facebook, and Kick. And at the very, of the 5 choices you have at the top, click the second one. There you go. Okay, so let me check and make sure you're on Kick at least. Okay, Brandon, talk. Yep, it works. Okay, so you're live on Kick. Let's test you on Rumble. Now, Brandon, do you hear in the background of your Discord? It's like, do you hear that?
Yeah.
Is that annoying?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So let's go exactly. Let's go to your notifications. Turn off streamer mode.
Streamer mode?
Yeah, that's fine. Just go to your notifications. Turn off streamer mode. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Go back to your settings.
Okay.
Go to notifications.
Notifications. Okay.
Okay. and scroll downwardly, please.
Okay.
Scroll down. Do you see where it says sounds? Do you see where it says message?
Yeah.
Turn that off.
Okay.
Now, tell me if the sound stopped.
Man,
There you go.
I'm still getting it.
Okay, you're still getting it. Hold on, go back. So we'll figure it out. Go back to notifications. Yep, sounds. Okay, keep scrolling down. Okay, wait. Scroll up. Okay, so let's read the thing. Okay, so message is off, deafen, undeafen, that's fine. Mute's off, unmute, camera on, that's fine. Keep scrolling down. Hold on. Hold on. Video disconnected. PTT activated. Okay. Oh, that's fine. User join, that's fine. User leave, that's fine. User move, that's fine. Keep going down. Hold on. Hold on. Okay. Stream started. Stream stopped. Viewer join. Viewer leave. Activity start. Keep scrolling down. Activity start. Activity end. Keep scrolling down. Okay. Keep scrolling up. 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 Okay. Hold on. Hold on. Go back down. Hold on. Scroll down. Stop. Okay. Um, let's see here. We don't want to disable all notification sounds. But let's try it. See where it says disable all notification sounds?
Yeah.
Click that, but we're not going to do it permanently, but just click it. Okay, did it stop?
No.
You can still hear sounds?
I can still hear sounds. And then they come from
Stop.
another distance.
It is. Stop. Go. Oh, no. Go back. It's okay. Just go back to your settings. It is coming from your other one. But go back to your settings. We have to fix it. Okay, there you go. Click the disable all notification sounds. Yep. Okay, good. Okay, now go all the way to the top, and there's an X. Okay, good. Now, wherever else you have Discord open, refresh it. No, you must have it open in a browser or something, don't you? No, that's Twitch. Do you have Discord? Do you have? Okay, hit. Okay, so here's what you want to do. Hit the refresh button at the top left corner. Let's see if it fixes it. Yeah, hit refresh. Let's see here. Hold on. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. I bet it's your other account. It's your other account. Okay, is it still making the noises? Yeah, hold on, stop. Okay, do you see that Brandon A account?
Yeah.
Okay, go to that account. Okay, go to settings, go to notifications, and press the message button.
That's
What'd you say?
I turned the on my the one with the Pokemon.
Hold on. Yeah, is that a Pokemon? The Brandon A one. Is it still making sounds?
It stopped for a second.
Okay, is it making sounds still?
Yes, it's making sound still.
Okay, that's fine. Share your screen on that account. Share your screen on that account. Okay, the one that's Brandon A. It's blue. Do you see your Brandon A account that's blue? Brandon, do you see your Brandon A account that's blue? There you go. There you go. Okay, you want to go to your settings? You want to go to your settings of Discord. There you go. Settings. There you go. Okay. Do you see notification? Yeah. Now scroll down to sound. Okay, messages off. Scroll up. Oh, hold on. Okay, do you see reaction notifications? Oh, wait. Scroll up. Yeah, keep scrolling up. Okay, do you see you have a Twitch browser open? Close that. There you go. There you go. Okay, enable desktop. Enable unread message. Okay. Um. Okay, where it says reaction notifications, do only direct messages. Is this sound still being made? Where's the sound going? No. You know that like do you still hear that? Okay, good. So you're good to go. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna close this. All right, you go enjoy the person in your chat, and I'm gonna get some sleep. Okay, Brandon? Excellent. If you need more help, you let me know. Okay? Excellent, my man. I see you. I see you live on Kick. You look good.
So the fascinating Mishnah. Mishnah said that if you have a Kohen who does the avodah in a state of ritual impurity, so what's the halacha? So the young Kohanim would take him out and essentially beat him up, beat him to death, beat him to death. The concept or application of kanoin poking blood we saw yesterday's daf. So the Gemara says as follows: So Rav Bar Avuna asked the following shayla from Rav Sheshes. What was the shayla? Shimish B'Tumo, Chayiv Mitzvah B'Shamayim, or in Chayiv Mitzvah B'Shamayim. What if a Kohen does the avodah in a ritual state of church? So what's the halacha? Is he Chayiv Mitzvah B'Shamayim or not Chayiv Mitzvah B'Shamayim? What is the halacha? I'm related to the surah. So again, remember, this is the Arafa Baguna asking to Rav Sheshes, and Rav Sheshes responds. He says, "Run the Mishnah, Kohen Shishirish B'Tumah, Kohen did the avodah in the ritual state of church. Ein Achaf HaKohen Yavin also Bezdin. Because other Kohanim don't bring it. This is our Mishnah. Other Kohanim don't bring it to base, no matter what they do. Ela Pirchei Kahuna Motzion also Chutz LaAzara. The young Kohanim take this Kohen who did the avodah in the state of Tumah, they take him outside of the courtyard, oppose him and smoke for begisman, and they beat him over the head with clubs. So what do you see from here? These are right from Mechayim Shamayim. The Shafki, the Liksel, the Shamayim. And again, if Halach Hamaisa, we're making the assumption that a Kohen who does the avodah in the state of Tumah is highly Mitzvah Yishav, will be killed at the hands of heaven, then leave it alone. Leave it alone. Let HaKadosh Baruch Hu do his job. HaKadosh Baruch Hu run his world. Why did the Pirkei Kuna, why did the young Kohen have to take this guy and essentially put him to death? So the Gemara says, Elamai, Eno Chayiv. Rather, it must be that Halach Hamaisa, a Kohen who does the avodah in the state of Tumah is not Chayiv Mitzvah Shamayim. After all, the Gemara says, is there such a thing for an infraction that HaKadosh Baruch Hu says you're potter, and we're going to make a person chayiv? So it must be that he's not chayiv misa b'dei shamayim. Incredible. Is that true? Is that true? That just because Hashem says you're potter, we don't exact punishment from such an individual? What about the following case? But tonight, misha lakav Hashem beis machnisim, that's all we keep up. So again, we just saw this in Shabbos is daf. If somebody went ahead and violated prohibitions multiple times, and he's chayiv malchus, so what do they do after a certain number of times? They put him in the kippah, right? They put him in the cell. That's, remember again, the cell that's small that he can't sit down, he can't stretch out. We put him in the cell, and ultimately again feed him a little bit of bread with water and then barley, and he dies. So the Gemara says, here's a perfect case. If you were to bring the guy to Beis Din, what would Beis Din do to this individual? Nothing. So here's the case of HaKadosh Baruch Hu says the person is potter, and yet we still take the law into our own hands. Gemara says, no, it's not a good raya, because remember, Amar Yirmiyah, Amar Shlakish, the Malchus Shaltrisus Askinon, the Gabra Bar Kitalo. No, remember how we defined that case? What case of Malchus is that this is a person who committed multiple acts of kares, or I should say, he violated the same kares prohibition multiple times. Now for kares, Beis Din doesn't execute the person, but Beis Din does give malchus, so such a person is deserving of death. Remember again, the Gemara said, and clearly the fact that he's a repeat offender indicates that he doesn't value his life, so we just expedite the process of his death. So what about the case of, also Shabbos is Mishnah. What about the guy who steals a kli sharis, a service utensil? So again, the Mishnah said, can you kill such an individual? So again, see, here's an important example. If you bring the guy to Beis Din for stealing kli sharis, so what would they do to him? All right, probably another case of theft. Pay back what's stolen, move on. But yet again, we kill the guy, or Kanoin would kill the guy. So what does he do? That even in the case where someone is technically exempt by HaKadosh Baruch Hu or by Beis Din, we will still, or by HaKadosh Baruch Hu, we'll still go ahead and kill him. No. I'm ready to do the Kisharis Askinon. Remember again, that case was different because now they based it on a pasuk. Remember again, the interesting interpretation of the pasuk on a certain says that it's Mitosh, and that you need to trust that Hashem is down. I have a Hamakala Lesakol saying, what about the guy who curses with sorcery? Remember again, also, it's holding both. Here's an example. They bring him to court won't do anything. Yes, he still kills this guy, right? I can't make him kill this guy. But Yosef, Yaakov Kosim as Kosmo, the next section of Arish Hashem. That's the case. Remember, when you find that case, it has the appearance that such individuals actually cursing very vulnerable. That's how you should view it when it comes to your life. I have all that's what about the case of all that's like, what about a man who has a So again, remember, Midai says if you get to Beis Din, okay, maybe it's allowed. But when I saw, in Poland, so here's an example where this Baruch Hu quote unquote exempts the person, and yet he killed him anyway. Which the Gemara says, no, remember, Ha'akari under a kind of a Talmei, the actually Rav is married. Remember again, that's where, remember again, he asked the question to Rav didn't know the answer, Rav had to do, so significantly, and therefore again this idea that you go ahead and kill someone who went ahead and with Baal Abusis, again based on that possible interpretation of that passage. Also, as you saw, halacha l'mashir. All right, Esrei, Gemara is the practice. So again, we just to keep track of our basic fundamental question. So Kohen does the avoda in a state of ritual impurity. Is he chayiv misa b'dei shamayim or not? So remember, this was the question that the Acha asked her from Rav Sheshes. Now, Rav Sheshes, the son of Rav Sheshes said, the answer is obviously no. Right? The answer must be no. So, he said, I'm sorry. The answer must be yes. Because the Mishnah said that if a Kohen does the avodah in a state of tumah, then halacha l'maisa, Pirkei Kuna are allowed to take him out and beat him to death. Now, from Rav Shesh's perspective, the only way that would be permitted is if such a person was highly shamayim. So then again, the Pirkei Kuna could almost act as the Shulchan Hashem, the agents of our God, to carry out that penalty. But if he's not highly shamayim, then at the end of the day, how can you tell someone to what the powerful practice? Which not ignore to all of these cases where, no, you do have cases like that, where someone technically would not be liable in a technical, legalistic way based, but yet can still see that they could be liable to a death penalty. Okay? Or I should say, at least liable to death at the hands of a kanoi. Okay, the Gemara goes right there. The Gemara says, so the Gemara is the kasha. Here we go. Fascinating case. Hayotze v'habolel v'habokesh v'haposes hamoleach haminech hamagish hamisadas v'shofar. Okay, so let's go through this. Yotze. So this is talking about different aspects of covenant. So the person goes ahead. And the person goes ahead. We'll see exactly what this case is. Pouring oil on a mitzvah. That's Yotze. Bolel, ultimately again, is mixing the flour with the oil. Bolel, poses. Certain levels to be baked off and crushed. So the act of crushing is called poses. Molea, adding salt. Menif is waving the mincha. Magish, bringing the mincha close. So what's the halacha? The mesadres shulchan, or one who puts the lechem upon on the actual shulchan itself, or a nekudas haneros, or one who arranges the candles or the oil of the menorah. The hakometz, or one who takes the kmitza. Remember, the kmitza is the way the kohen takes the flour from the karmel, the 3 little fingers. The mekabel damin b'chutz, or one who goes ahead and is mekabel damin. He receives the blood of a carbon that has been offered. If you do these things, ultimately, Potter, the in chayav and one is Potter, and ultimately, again, not chayav. Now, what is this talking about? So, if you take a look at the last Rashi over here, Rashi says, "B'chutz in asa achas il b'chutz." So, what's talking about over here is that the person performed any of these avodos outside of the Beis Hamikdash. So again, so if a person, so that's the case. Pour oil on a mincha, mix the mincha, broke up the pieces of the mincha, added salt to the mincha, wake the mincha, bust the mincha close, arrange the bread on the shulchan, or arrange the candles or the lights of the menorah, took a kmitza, received sacrificial blood. If you did any of these things outside of the Beis Hamikdash, you are potter. You are potter. Now, this is very interesting because remember, there is a concept of shruting. What's ridiculous? You're not allowed to check the covenant outside of the Beis Hamikdash. So now the Gemara saying over here, so apparently it only applies to certain types of sacrificial service and doesn't apply to others. What's the distinction? Take a look at Rashi. Potter, this is that last Rashi on Days when it's 82. Rashi says Potter. There are chayiv place ela shochet. The only thing that chayiv you do before is the shita, slaughtering of a sacrificial animal. Except asher yishchak u'malek except asher ya'ala ola v'zorek v'yishtabim midam shalom ha'adat v'chol hani v'yesh achara avoda in it b'tag b'asra. So this is very interesting. Rashi highlights a principle like this. Any sacrificial rite that has another sacrificial rite that follows after it, you're not chayiv for doing that b'chutz. Essentially, the only thing you're chayiv in outside is including sacrificial rites. So a good example of that would be shchita, slaughtering an animal, right? Zrika, sprinkling the blood. So these are final rites, final actions that only have a corresponding follow-up action. So because of that, you do that for the Beis Hamikdash, you are fine. Okay, so let's see. You must stay in chayav now, then. Top of paper. So you're not chayiv. Now what are you not chayiv? Lo mishum zaros. Someone, for example, let's say a Kohen did any one of these aforementioned acts outside of this mikvah, right? He poured the oil on the mikvah, he broke it up, he did all of these things. So if a non-Kohen did it outside, he would not be chayiv. Remember, normally there's a nisa. If a non-Kohen does the avodah, it's chayiv. So, but again, if any of these things were done, bachutz, and I look for my he's not chayiv. Lo mishum tumah. Similarly, if a Kohen did it, but he was in a state of tumah, he also wouldn't be chayiv. But lo mishum achus v'gadim. Very interesting. Similarly, a Kohen, actually, is passing Sharsha. A Kohen has to do the avodah wearing the requisite Big Kohanic vestments. Failure to do so, in many respects, just validates the avodah. And also the Risa. But again, this doesn't apply to the list that we just mentioned before. And also, again, halacha normally before performing an avodah, a Kohen would have to go ahead and wash his hands and his feet. Failure to do so results in liability, culpability. But again, if he didn't wash his hands and feet for any of these things that were done outside, there's no liability for that. Okay, very interesting. And Rashi points out over here, if you look at Rashi, Lo mishum zaros, Zar she'asa achas mem b'fnim, ein lo chayiv nisa. So this is interesting, right? Zar, the non-Kohen did any of these things inside of his mikdash, he would not be chayiv nisa. Same idea, but Lo mishum tumah, Kohen coming to Shemesh, the zaros, the Shemesh, the tumah, mitzad kras. Same idea, but again, there's no din of tumah, there's no din of mitzvah, the godin, good. So the Gemara says as follows. Makder chayiv. And interestingly enough, what we could see from this is that if you were to do the hakara, if you were to go ahead and take the carbon and put it on and burn it outside of the mikdash, that there would be liability. It would be actually called makder. The havia avodah tama she'in achareha avodah chayiv mishum tuma umay chayiv la misa. So again, so now the Gemara kind of switching gears over here a little bit. So what do you see from here? If the Kohen were to go ahead and offer up a carbon, burn it on the mizbeach in a state of tuma, he would be chayiv. In other words, the only time that there wasn't the din of tumah, ultimately, I guess, is if it was bachutz. But if it's bifnin, there would be a chayiv. So what do you see from here? Again, I'm kind of full circle. But if a Kohen does the avodah in a state of tumah, there's a chayiv nisa. Now again, the question for talking nisa is right. So that seems to answer the original question that Rabbi asked the Rosh Hashanah. That was the original question. The Kohen does the avodah in a state of tumah, is he chayiv nisa b'dei shamayim? The answer seems to be, or is going to be, yes. To which the Gemara says, my love nisa, don't we see from here that if a Kohen goes ahead and offers up a carbon in the state of chayiv nisa, well, that's hard. No, it's not a nisa, actually, it's a lot. So the Gemara says, so you're going to say that if a non-Kohen does this, also only in violation of Allah. Rashi says over here, so the issue over here, remember, we're grouping all of these things together. So if you're telling me now that if a Kohen offers up in a state of tumah, it's only allowed, not in this case. So what does that mean? If the non-Kohen does this, it's also only allowed? Well, that can't be. Because it says explicitly that the non-Kohen engages in sacrificial service. It's involved in sacrificial service. Which means, you're right, hakidisa or hakidisa. You're not treated the same. Not treated the same. In the cloud, you might just make some inference over here. In the cloud, the Yotzei and Bolel, the rest of the cloud, the Yotzei and Bolel lav nami lo. So you might say, well, it's interesting enough, we can infer from this that ultimately, again, Yotzei, remember, Yotzei is the coin of the oil, Bolel is the mixing of the oil, lav nami lo. But also not the lav, like Rashi, where it says, Yotzei and Bolel, the common master lav ba'almahu, in this day, so apparently, again, by Yosef and Bolel, I guess it's not even allowed by Tumah. Which is actually about Tanya, as well as Yosef and Bolel Minayin, from where we know that there's allowed to go ahead and pour in the oil and mix it out to a common cup. One is in the state of Lamar, Hidoshi, you for Lo Yichalu. Plus it says, be holy and do not profane, do not touch the face. The Gemara says, you're right, but that's only Midrabanan. Okay, interesting. So apparently, Midrabanan, so There's no biblical prohibition against someone who is coming pouring the oil and mixing the oil to a covenant club, but rather against it to that bottle, and the pasuk is an asmach. Good, the question or not. Next Gemara is the question of Ve'elu Ishu, the Misa, the Rabbi says over here, these are the people who are Chayiv. Misa, Tamei, Shishinish. Okay, pretty explicit. A covenant who is Tamei, ultimately again, it does have all this Chayiv, Misa, B'gei, Shammai. Which the Gemara says, Tiyufta, enough to not need to refutation. So let's say, Shalach Lamaisa, here the conclusion of the Gemara is that Halach Lamaisa is the person, the point does have all the state of Shema, he is Chayiv, Misa, B'gei, Shammai. Now, by the way, if we take that approach, so it's interesting, if we take that approach, then it makes sense why Mishnah says, so you can't bring in today's thing, right? Like Mishnah said, but I can bring in today's thing, but what is today's thing do? There's no place in liability over here, but what can they do? They can take it out and they can be locked. Now, what's their license to do so? Because since this calling is Chayiv means to be Shemayim, therefore, Allah Maisa, the other times you take it out, in a sense, competing with that. Pretty incredible Gemara. I was supposed to say, I'll also point out that very interesting, another like nugget of information, that halakha lemaisa appears that when it comes to doing sacrificial rites and services outside of the Israeli country, at least according to the Gemara over here, I don't know, I can't quote how the Rambam has it, I don't know if according to how the Gemara has it over here, is that it's only what's called an avodah kama, only of including service. What's the definition of an including service? A service that there's nothing that follows after. Now, by shechita, there are services that follow after, but shechita itself is a self-contained avodah. It doesn't have a follow, no follow-up to shechita. So interesting enough, so again, just as an aside, one is only chayiv for shechita, for avodah b'chutz, is what we call an avodah kama, a complete avodah that doesn't even have anything following up. Okay, so now we're going to go back and read the rest of the daf today. Go back and dissect the rice which was just finished before.
That is a huge what are we doing here? Are they really?
Says in the illusion, so the following people are Chayiv Misa, and again, in this context, for today, whenever we see Misa means Misa B'gei Shammai. Fine. So the illusion of Misa, how often is our cattle? The person goes and eats cattle. What's cattle? Cattle is unproved. The person goes in and eats cattle that Chayiv Misa B'gei Shammai. Rashi says over here, so again, here's what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and mention the list, and then we'll go back and we'll explain how we know each of these items. So number one, number two, the Kohen Tamisha Afro Truma Tahor. The Kohen who is Tameh eats Truma, which is ritually pure. Okay, so Tameh Kohen eats Truma, which is Tahor. He's Bishmai. Zar Shachas Truma. A non-Kohen eats Truma, also Misa B'gei Shammai. Zar Shishimish, a Zar, right? Non-Kohen is served in this Mikdash. Ultimately, again, Chayiv Misa. Tameh Shishimish. A Kohen who is Tameh, who does the avodah, also Chayiv Misa. Again, both sides, this is the foul from the previous survey. Remember again, the Gemara just quoted part of it myself beforehand, but once again, since we did the definitive ruling that a Kohen does the avodah in the state of ritual impurity, it's Chayiv Misa B'gei Shammai. Tameh Shishimish. Utvul Yom Shishimish. Utvul Yom, remember again, is someone who goes to the mikvah by day, but still requires Ha'erev Shemesh. The sun sets in order to do the avodah. Not for to be pure. If he does the avodah, Chayiv Misa. Next, Mechusar B'gadim. The Kohen is not wearing all of the obligatory Kohanic vestments. Next, Mechusar Kapara. The Kohen, which is lacking, he's Tameh. Different types of Tumah require up to 3 different things. Number one, time, duration. Number two, mikvah. And number three, kabbalos, in order to fully effect it. Mechusar Kapara means someone who may have had time, even gone to the mikvah, but has not yet brought his necessary kabbalah. So funny, dude. So if a person like that does the avodah in the Beis Hamikdash, he is Chayiv Misa. Fascinating. Okay. So the Gemara is weiter. Remember again, Allah is the first thing when the coin comes into the base in the morning. They come to the business in the morning, they go to the kiva, they go to the sink, they go to the basin, and they wash their hands and feet. Failure to do so, and therefore doing the avodah with unwashed hands and feet is high nisa b'dei shamayim. Shtuya yayin, if you do the avodah under the influence, right, drinks the reviews of wine, high nisa b'shamayim. True rose, the Kohen allows his hair to grow. He didn't take the haircut. Remember, there was a city how often a Kohen has to cut his hair? Melech has to cut his hair. So the Kohen goes in with long hair. He's trying to use Aval Orel, Va'onein, the Yoshkin, Kintam of Nisa Elabasma. But if a Kohen grants me, the Kohen's uncircumcised. He's an Orel. He doesn't have Onein. Only means never again period. The person loses a relative who is obligated to mourn. The kid between death and burial is Aninos. Kohen does the other Onein or Yoshkin. The halacha is that a boat that has to be done standing up. Let's say the Kohen does the avodah sitting down. All three of these things, Arel, Onin, Yoshev, there's no fear of these conditions, right? Rather, what is there? Elam, Ba'askara. There's a lot. Now, interestingly enough, Rashi points out over here, it's fascinating. What's the case of Arel? Rashi says, Shemesu achar machmas mira, v'chein onin sheshimish, v'chein sheshimish miyushav, v'chol hekulu kiblo hekulu d'machli avoda. So this is the thing, by the way, you think yourself, where would you ever have an uncircumcised Kohen? Remember, again, what happened in this situation today, we know, because of hemophilia. So we know that again, obviously, genetic condition. So, let's say the Kohen had older brothers who died as a result of this evil. So we recognize that now, again, since there's an issue with such a Kohen, with such a person not obligated to have this evil. Which is fine, they got to the schema, but he's not allowed to do the avodah. But any of these three people maybe are not allowed, so Orel, Onen, and Yoshef are not allowed to do the avodah. But if they do so, not clear needs to be Shemayim, and rather again, it'll be allowed. Balmor, fascinating. What happens if a blemished Kohen does the avodah? What's that law? Rabbi Omer the Misa, the Chachamim Omer Ba'as Hara. Rabbi says, needs to be Shemayim, and Chachamim say Allah, fascinating. Okay, again, we'll see all of this later on in the Gemara. Let's say somebody intentionally committed an act of evil. So let's say someone actively, purposely, went ahead and took place like this properly and used. Rabbi Omer believes. Rabbi says, usually Shmayim, the Chum say no, Ba'as Hara, it's allowed. How old is this? Well, so now that's our whole list. Now let's dissect this. Number one, Oka Zapedal. The first person in the Nisa B'dei Shamayim lineup, the first guy in Nisa B'dei Shamayim lineup is Oka, a person who eats untithed produce. So once you know it, where exactly do I know that from? How do I know that if someone eats Tadal, that it's Nisa B'dei Shamayim, as Kadshe B'nei Yisrael, Asher Yarimu L'Hashem. So literally it says, do not perfect the consecrated items of B'nei Yisrael that will be raised to Hashem. Future tense. You must be Ba'asigim Litrom HaKosov Medaber. This cover is talking about produce that is going to have tithes removed from it. What's the definition of produce that is going to have tithes removed from it? Kol Tadal. And the Torah says over here, do not go ahead and profane it. Do not go ahead and profane it. And the Torah prescribes that penalty. So the Gemara says, listen to this Yolith. Well, actually, it does describe that penalty. It doesn't have it. Yolith, Chilo Mishma. Make it Zir Shabbat. It says Chilo by Tadal, and it says Chilo profane by Shuma. The Shamas Mishma Kudlo Yishu Alokay. So it says Chilo by Shuma. It says Chilo by Tadal, and we say Mala Haran B'Misa, Afkan B'Misa. Just like if someone is not allowed to eat truma, whether it's a sow, I'm not going to eat truma, or a calling somebody to eat truma Torah, they're put to death. So Tzir Shabbat Chilo to teach us that if you eat tevel, it's also Nisa B'dei Shamayim. Incredible. One second, hold up. Chilo Minosar. Why don't you make it so Nosar? What's Nosar? Nosar is a sacrificial meat that is left over past its permitted window. So why don't you? So the Lashon of Chilo also occurs by Nosar. So why not make it Zer Shabbat? And say the following: Mala Alon Bekaris, Afkan Bekaris. Now Nosar is punished by Karis. Right? If you eat sacrificial meat past the permitted window, Karis. So why don't we say that just like no saris karis, so too again, tableless karis, which the message is no. Tabra truma chaverim. It makes more sense to learn out tebel from truma than tebel from no sar. Why? Between truma, chutz la'aretz. Number one, truma doesn't apply in chutz la'aretz. So, right, truma doesn't apply in chutz la'aretz. Tebel doesn't apply in chutz la'aretz. Next, chutra. In both of these cases, there is a way to remedy the status. Right? So Rashi says over here, Rashi says it's about 6 lines of Truma with chutz la'aretz. Similarly, that Truma, is there Truma in the La'aretz, but over in the Hagim of chutz la'aretz, about no sun like Bamidbar, or Bishas Heter Abba. Remember, again, the Choma, technically speaking, it's interesting. No sar can apply chutz la'aretz. Now, when can no sar apply chutz la'aretz? When there's Heter Bamus. When you are allowed to use personal altars, which again is not altars exactly when that's permitted, but when you're allowed to use personal altars, there needs to be upper kabbalah anywhere, which means no sar can apply anywhere. The Yesheter B'Yisuro, Zen Yesheter B'Yisuro B'Hafrasha, the Zen Yesheter B'Yisuro B'Tagel. And what the Rishuma about no sar, Ein Heter B'Yisuro. Second distinction, right? Second commonality is Chutzlah. No, remember, so Tevel can be permitted. How? Separate Shuma. Shuma ultimately is permitted to a Kohen. No sar can never be permitted. Once it's no sar, it remains prohibited. Furthermore, Rabbi, both velocity of Hilo by Tevel and by Truma is in the plural, but by no sar is singular. And Pig and Rabbi, Pigol, Truma Chutzlar, Chutra, Rabbi, Peros, Pigol, Vinosar. Take a look at Rashi. Pigol Vinosar. Rashi. So first of all, both apply to produce and size. So both have the plural Russian plural. Both apply to produce. They both being again Tevel and Truma. And Pigol Vinosar. Rashi says, "Nor Pigol V'Tevel Lo Truma." Neither Pigol nor Nosar apply to Tevel or to Truma. So therefore, again, the Gemara says these are all the similarities that exist between Truma and Tevel, and therefore it makes more sense to compare or to make the Zir Shava between Tevel to Truma than between Tevel to Nosar. So Gemara says, 1 second, hold up, Adrabah. Nosar, 1 second. Nosar also shares many commonalities with Tevel. How so? Shekin Pasol, Shekin Pasol Okal. Shekin Pasol Okal, look at that. Shekin Pasol Okal. Nosar V'Tevel Shnei and Psul HaMaychel. So remember again, both Nosar and Tevel is a Psul in the Okal. The food itself, the item itself, is inherently invalidated, right? So again, Nosar inherently invalidated. Tevel inherently invalidated. Rashi says about Truma, Pasal Aguf, Udichiyah, Kalmur, B'Tumas Aguf. Since interestingly enough, Truma, right? Because remember again, we're talking about Truma itself is inherently permitted, right? It's permitted to certain people at certain times. But when I say Rabbi, so the Gemara therefore suggests, why not compare Tevel to Nosar? Because Tevel and Nosar have this commonality. So ultimately, again, both of them are inherently invalid or inherently compromised. Which means, furthermore, in Loheter, but right, furthermore again, in Loheter the mikvah, neither can be remedied in a mikvah. Right? You can't remedy Nosar by putting in a mikvah. You can't remedy Tevel by putting in a mikvah. Truma, right? The case of Truma, right? By the Kohen was Tameh, he's not allowed to eat it. So ultimately, again, he can go to the mikvah and remedy himself. Rashi says over here. Further, it's the same Rashi. The Nosar Elam Tara b'mikvah, about Tameh Truma Yesh Lo Tara b'mikvah. Okay. So the Gemara says, the point the Gemara is making over here is you're making it sound like all the comparisons that exist are between Tevel and Truma. But there are plenty of comparisons that exist between Tevel and Nosar as well. To which the Gemara says, I'm not confusion. You're right, but there are more similarities between Tevel and Truma than there are between Tevel and Nosar. Therefore, when making the Gzeir Shava Chilo, we'd rather make it between Tevel and Truma than Tevel and Nosar. And therefore, again, that will teach you that just like Truma is Nisa B'Yishamayim, so to again, the consumption of Tevel will also be Nisa B'Yishamayim, and not like those searches is huge place. Okay, beautiful. Rabbi says, Rabbi says, no, the truth is, the reason we prefer to compare Tevel the Truma, not Tevel to Nosa, is because Tevel and Truma both have the lashon of Chilul, profane, in the plural, as opposed to Nosa, which has it in the singular, and that seems to be a more compelling halachic bridge between those two concepts. All right, incredible. The Gemara goes like, Kohen Kamish Achot Truma Torah Minalan. And from where do we know that a Kohen is coming? Right, so again, we saw on the list. A Kohen is coming, goes ahead and eats Truma Torah, right? So Tamei Kohen eats regular Truma, meets B'dei Shammai. From where do we know that? So the Amar Shmuel, Minay Kohen Kamish Achot Truma Torah. From where do we know that a Kohen is coming who ate Truma Torah? How do we know that Halacha L'Maisa should be B'dei Shammai? How do I know that if a Tamei Kohen eats Truma Torah, that Halacha L'Maisa again is high B'dei Shammai? It said, V'shamras Mishmartin, V'lo Yisu Alav Chet. Pasuk says, it will be again, guard my guardianship, Mishmartin, V'lo Yisu Alav Chet. They will not carry or not bear any sin. And the Gemara says, to hold it in, Tmeilo. Ultimately, again, this refers to Truma Tehora and not to Truma Tmeil. Amar Shmuel, Amar Belezer, Minay Lekohen Kamish Achot Truma Tmeil She'en B'Nisa. So what's this right? It's very interesting. The Gemara suggesting over here, it's only if a Kohen Tameh eats Truma Tehora that is Misa B'Dei Shammai. But if a Tameh Kohen eats Truma Tmeil, there's no Misa B'Dei Shammai. How do I know this? Shene'emar U'meisu Bo V'Yechalun. They will put to death if they fulfill the Truma. So what do you see from here? Almagid was like 83b. Fat, Rezusha Nekudat Lesser Almagid. This is Truma, which is already profane. What's an example of Truma which is already being profane? That's Truma which is already coming. So again, therefore, Allah Lamaisa, when we speak about again the consumption of Truma to bring into the Shamayim, that's a Tamei Kohen who consumes Truma Tehora is Chayiv Misa Yedusha. So remember, so our list, we're just going through our list over here, right? What we are assembling our different things that fall into this category. Ultimately, it's going to be Misa Yedusha. Good, let's go back to it. If a non-Kohen ate Truma, is Chayiv Misa Yedusha. Says the Gemara Amara. Zar Shachas Truma local. So Rav, interestingly enough, says, no, if a non-Kohen eats Truma, he gets Malchus. Amar Rav Kahana. Ravasi Rav. Lema Mar B'Misa. It said, B'chol Zar Lo Yochal Kodesh. Ani Hashem Mikadsham. The pasuk says that no non-Kohen should eat Truma. So again, then the pasuk, interesting enough, the pasuk before it says, the Shamras Mishmartin, V'lo Yisrael Al-Chet U'Mesu. So Misa is juxtaposed to a Zar eating Truma. So why did you say therefore that a Zar eating Truma should be a huge Misa? And not allowed. To which the Gemara says, Hefsika Indi. No, there's an introduction. Rashi says, they may see bo or ben kol zah. So the pasuk doesn't really flow, right? In other words, the pasuk begins ultimately with a discussion about Mesubo, and then it says, so it doesn't flow directly. Because it doesn't flow directly, therefore the juxtaposition can't necessarily teach me that a sound is true is going to be higher than this. Okay? So once the Mesa is the kasha, the English of Nisa, these are the people who are chayiv Nisa, Zara Okeles HaTruma. A non-Kohen eats Truma. So it seems to be pretty explicit that a non-Kohen eats Truma is going to be chayiv. So, which says, no. Nisa, you're bringing up again, you're bringing up a Mishnah. You're bringing up a Baisa that to go and go bring, you're bringing this raya to contradict Rav. So the Gemara says, Rav, kind of who we call it. Rav is a Tana, and Rav has people to argue. Okay, so listen, it happens to be that in this listing, Allah for the Maisa, we passed in that indeed a Zar who eats Truma is Chayiv Misa B'Dei Shammai. Okay, now then let's go back there. Anyway, the Tamish Shinish, good. The Tamish Shinish, if Kohen is coming, goes there and does that both in the basement. This is Chayiv Misa. So the Gemara says, the boy made of Kiyabar Ave made of Yosef. So this is the exact discussion we read before. The name of Tamish Shinish, Shiba Misa, how do we know that if a Kohen is coming, and if you have all the Misa Mikdash, that is Chayiv Misa? כסיב דבר לארץ והבנות וינזגו מקודשי בני ישראל ולא יחללו את שם קודשי. Okay, so the Pasuk says, speak to Aaron and his sons, and they should be careful. We have to be careful with the touching of the name Israel, and they should not profane my holy name. And the Gemara says, once again, you know this, Philo, wow, we need to do a Shabbat, Philo, and say, Ma la'alon b'nisa, Avkan b'nisa, just like the legal consumption of Truma is used to be Shamayim, so too again, if a person who's coming, does the Avodah, I said, give me 1 second. Same as we had before. The nail it. Kilo minosar. Why not make it here? Shabbat kilo minosar. And then we're going to both say, Mala alan karis afkan karis. Consumption of nosar is a chiv karis. So what do we say? It says chilo by nosar, and it says chilo by. Kohen who is coming, who does the avodah, just like Nosar is kares, so to this Kohen does the avodah b'tumah. He's also kind of kares. Which measures literally Stabra, the Truma Havelel. It makes more sense to learn out the Tumah case from Truma. Why? You must have Shekin and Guf, because interestingly enough, both of the cases of Truma as well as Truma has to do again with the body of the individual. Tameh, both are the same Truma. Mikvah has the ability to remedy it. The Rabbi, both have a plural lashon of prayer. So these are actually done. It actually says over here, Guf, Tameh, Mikvah, the Rabbi, Tameh, Shishimish. The Tameh Sha'af Truma. So both a Kohen who is Tameh does the avodah, and a Kohen who is Tameh who eats Truma, stamps. So they have both. First of all, both of them, their disqualification is inherent in India person. The India person. Ushnehem Sulei Truma. Right? Both of them are agreeing Truma. The Yeshlam Heter the Mikvah. Both can be remedied by Mikvah. The Chilul of Lashon, and they also both share Lashon of Chilul in the plural form. Adrabah. You know something like that. 1 second. Not so fast. Let's learn out how it does the avodah by Truma from Nosa. After all, how is it? Shekin, Kodesh, Nim, Tegol, Nosar. Listen, because Nosar and Truma have all of these other Shumas. Look at that. Shekin, Kodesh. Tamesh Shishimish for us like the Kashim, Ubi Nosar, Kodesh, Nim. Remember, again, all of these things, right? Both of them deal with consecrated items. Kodesh. Both of them deal with the inside, right, or the inside of the English, and both are subject to people in the outside. To which the Gemara says, one thing about the existence of the beginning before it appears that really is interesting. So it kind of carries the day with this is we rather compare two things that have the same lashon of chilul. That since again the plural form of chilul is used by Truma, and the plural form of Truma is used by a person according to the avodah of Truma, therefore again we will link them together. And we'll take a look on just as legal consumption of Truma, right? If a kohen is coming, it becomes coming to the Shemayim. So too, a kohen who is coming who does the avodah is also carrying the submission. Incredible. I will just go back here. Next in line. Tvul so we're going to teach when it's in the mitzvah by day, but he still requires nightfall. If he does the this time does the avodah, he's high at least 17 times. Right? Where do you know this? Besides that, it's Siman Omer. Let's say first white line. Okay, you know this. Rabbi Tvul from where do we know that if a kohen is a Tvul Yom, he went to the mikvah by day, but he still needs Harris and still needs sun to go down? How do I know that his avodah is unfit? You know, Minayin. I'm a Roman Kadoshim, you little hater. Plus it says, be kadosh to your God, and do not profane. Now the Gemara says, now what does this mean? Hashkos is talking about Tumah, but I don't need it for Tumah. And in the Tumah Shishinesh, Dinafkalam Nevi Nazru. So remember again, if I don't need this process to teach me that a Kohen who does the avodah of Tumah is chayiv, because you already know that from the process. Ultimately, again, use it to teach me that a kohen is a Tvul Yom who does the avodah is chayiv to Shemayim, or I should say, is chayiv. I don't know that it's chayiv to Shemayim. So once again, Yolis, Kilo Mitruma, we make a Jershav of Kilo Truma, Mala Alon Memisa, Afkan Memisa. Just like by Truma, if a kohen was coming to Truma, is chayiv to Shemayim. So too, again, if a kohen is a Tvul Yom does the avodah, he is also chayiv to Shemayim. Incredible. And of course, we got it. So once again, like I said before, last week, this passage starts practice the Tzaddik. Like the Kohen has to wear the requisite outfit, the requisite clothing. Failure to do so, right? He doesn't have the avodah, he doesn't have the clothing, he doesn't, and he still does the avodah. He's chayiv misa bidei shamayim. Says Rabbi Noah, from where do we know this from? I'm Rabbi Abba, I'm Rabbi Ochanan, umatu beishmit, Rabbi Moshe Rabbi Shimon, dechagarta osam avnit. Pasuk says, you shall put the belt, literally you shall gird it, you shall gird them with a belt. Right? Avnit, the belt was one of the big kuna. Masha became aleihem kiunasam aleihem. When their clothing is upon them, then their kahuna is upon them. So what's actually really fascinating, right? Because you have to really, who should dress the pasuk? Dress the pasuk is the chagatul osam avnit, right? You should put a belt around them. Avlo gubanot, the chalash on the bows, put their hats on them. V'hasa lahem kahuna l'chukas olam. And the kahuna will be theirs for an everlasting statute. And my God says, when is the kahuna theirs? When they wear the clothing. When they wear the clothing. If they're not wearing the clothing, then Allah for the Kurz is not going to do that. It means, whereas understanding that if a Kohen does the avodah without the Gadin, then Allah for the again, the avodah is possible. And again, in this case, guidance is issue learning. So the Gemara says, because a Kohen, listen to this, a Kohen who does the avodah without the requisite garments is the equivalent of a non-Kohen who does the avodah. And a non-Kohen who does the avodah is guidance in issue learning. So to a Kohen who does the avodah without the proper vestments, without articles of clothing, is chayiv misa b'dei shamayim. V'amar Mar. So Amar Mar is actually shemish misa. And we learned that Allah L'maisa, if a non-Kohen does the avodah, is chayiv misa. So let's say it's really incredible that the kahuna only vests upon the Kohen when he's doing the gadol. So let's say it's such a fascinating idea. Why? Because on the one hand, the kahuna is innate. Remember again, what do you have to do to be a Kohen? It's not like you can earn it. No matter how well you behave. If you're not in, you're not in. If your father's a Kohen, you're a Kohen. And if your father's not a Kohen, you could be in because of how you are still not to be a Kohen. So on one hand, kahuna is innate. On the other hand, you need the gadol in order to go ahead and you have there are two profound lessons of this really is the embodiment of Kedusha. Kedusha is comprised of these two things. There's innate Kedusha, and ultimately, again, there's earned Kedusha. So innate Kedusha, every single Jew has Kedusha. Right? You don't have to do anything. You're born a Jew, or you convert into Yiddishkeit. If you're Jewish, you have Kedusha. And that's beautiful. It's a fantastic foundation. The next step are like what the gadol, what garments do you want to put on yourself? A gadol represents something that I take from the world, or I take from the outside, and then I make it part of me, right? You know, they say like clothes make the man. Clothes are very much tied up in the person's identity. So on a spiritual level, my begotten are the actions I engage in, my accomplishments. What begotten? What am I going to wear? And if you don't have begotten, if you don't have the begotten, then all you're left with is your innate kedusha. If all you have is your innate kedusha, you're a zar. You're like a baby. You're like a baby, a spiritual baby. Baby comes into this world. Yeah, baby's holy. It's beautiful, fantastic. But the baby do absolutely nothing. So how's the baby holy? Because every single yid has an innate kedusha. But life, successful living is all about what clothing are you going to wear. What are your ma'asim tovim? What are your good deeds? What are your accomplishments? What are your chasadim? What's your tzedakah? And every single thing that you do in life is another bed, is another garment that you put on. And clothes, mamish, make the man. Clothes make us real. And I will say, this is interesting. You have to think about it. Why is it exactly that there's such specificity regarding the clothing of the garment? Such specificity. So, on one level, it's about putting it down. He says, because people are very taken by externalities, and we want people to come to these organizations to be inspired, and you can see the Kohen all dressed up. But I think, which is beautiful and incredible, but I think also on a deeper level, that what the Kohen reminds us is, I go to see a Kohen is the embodiment of like what it means to be a spirit, a growth-oriented spiritual being. And what I see with the Kohen is, even if he's a Kohen, right, with no clothing, right, you meet the Kohen on the street, on the street, right? You need a Hatsi Shabbos who's getting pizza just like everybody else. So what happens? You're going to let him go first in line, right? Why? Because you have to give respect to him. I bet he's not wearing the Gadol, but he's still a Kohen. He's still a Kohen. Even without the Gadol, he's still a Kohen because his innate identity is Guna. But he really only fully self-actualizes when he puts on the veil. Now listen, it's the same thing for all of us. I'm always kaddish. Because I have an institution. If you want to become the best version of you, put on your clothes. What clothing are you going to don? Right? And every day I decide what I'm putting on. Today it's going to be a jacket of tzedakah. Right? It's going to be a pair of pants of tamatoga. It's going to be a sweater of chesed. And every day the goal is to layer more and more and more begotten. You can walk around without clothing and you're still holy. But that's ultimately innate. What conferred holiness. That golden right is to earn your kedusha. And the way you earn your kedusha is ultimately by accumulating your beautiful begotten. This is what the big dick will do. Just without the begotten, you're not a kohen. Without the begotten, you can't serve in the base of the flesh. With the begotten, let's go to the Bible. Serve the Gemara. Serve the Gemara. Almost listen to God. Good. Next. The Kohen does not go ahead and wash his hands. And he does have all these kinds of Mishnayim. Says Gemara, where do we know this? Let me know one. It said, "Before I'm on Moed, Yifetz Mayim V'lo Yamusu." It says when the Kohanim come to the Olam Moed, they should go ahead and wash their hands, and they won't die. Okay, so it's pretty explicit. So wash your hands and feet, you won't die. Don't wash your hands and feet, you will die. One more piece. Shti yain, the yain shake out. The Kohen drank wine and did the avodah. Kaidin kedusha says the Gemara Kurei roast. What about? So again, shti yain, the yain shake out. The pasuk is explicit. So it says, do not drink wine or intoxicating beverage and do the avodah. Good. Kurei roast. How do we know that a Kohen can't do the avodah with voluntary? If it does so, it's Kaidin kedusha. Rosham lo yigalechu, upera lo yisalechu. So Torah says on one hand, you can't go ahead and shave his head, but you also can't let his hair grow long. So there's a juxtaposition between wine and letting his hair grow. To compare letting his hair grow to drinking wine. Just like drinking wine, ultimately again is a kind of misa. So to again, letting your hair grow, doing the avodah with long hair is also most like it says so beautifully. It says, why is it that the Kohen has to wash his hands when he comes into the mission? What's the shot? That's not this thing. Well, it could be, but on a deeper level, what is it? So the Rabbi says something so beautiful. He says, that one of the great challenges of being a Kohen, what being playing against any person, is you go to your head. You go to your head, and the person could easily utilize this exalted position for self-aggrandizement, and ultimately to just stroke his ego. So what happens? Everything comes in the first thing he does is he washes his hands and his feet. That's so beautiful. The feet take you where you want to go. The hands represent how you accomplish this world. The Rabbi says that a Kohen walks into the English, he's washing away his own self-interest. I'm going to go not where I want to go with my feet. I'm going to go where I'm supposed to wash. I wash my hands. I'm ultimately, what am I going to accomplish? Not just simply what I want, I'm going to accomplish what I'm that the way that the Kohen goes ahead and enters into the Mikdash is by washing away negios, washing away any personal interest. If I'm going to be successful in this role, I got to do it for God. I got to do it for the team. I got to do it for council. And I can't be doing it for you. What about, again, wine? Why can't the Kohen drink wine? Because the most basic level, you can be concerned that actually drinks wine, so the mice are getting made, and that's not much in the detail. So almost like there's another use. That wine is very important, and this is the weak learn about wine. But there's a profound use of wine on one hand. The yang is somewhat about that. Wine can go ahead and bring incredible joy, like it does. You know it does. On Shabbos, and Yom Tov, Purim Abba, Lebu Tova. When you come into these names, such close proximity to the spiral, your joy should emanate from one place only. and that's closeness to Hashem. There should be no external means to bring about joy. You don't need it. Tremendous idea. We need wine at different times of life to kind of get us where we can bring out the sin. That's the nature of man. Like we saw before, sometimes we need wine to get the edge off. Sometimes we need wine to amplify or allow those things of sin to come out. But when you have such profound closeness to HaKadosh, I don't need any other things. I don't need anything to help me with that sin. You know why? Discover the greatest sin in the world enemies. That's what it creates right now. Yes, I'm poet, who has been unique privilege to serve. Inner peace is the essential knowledge of the Bible. He does not need wine to be able to find something. In fact, he introduces wine that invalidates the other. Coin, the simcha, has to come from the pure, beautiful, unadulterated closeness. It's for us also. To teach us, we're all looking for happiness. When things happiness comes like this, when things happiness will come from money. When things happiness will come from possessions. When things happiness will come from career. That's going to come from this. And at the end of the day, happiness comes from one place. Closest to a place. You hear myself closest to a powerful, and ultimately, I have everything. And that's why you have everything. I have beautiful, unbridled, incomparable, true simcha in life. Only comes from the close relationship with God. Right, let's stop over there for today. Shleach, everyone, sorry I can't be there with you in person, but a tremendous zuchos for us all.
This dish right here is just so easy to put like a video of you hiding from something before, and then he's calling you a bitch the whole time. I'm thinking 40 chess, dude, you know what I mean? Right. Download the Reddit video, put a little thing of you in there, calling me, saying that I suck on stage, and be like, you a bitch. I want to say,
good morning, is this close. Spark Hashem to those that want to try that.
I lost my train of thought, just like him.
I'm not there in person.
Let's see.
But I very much want to thank the tech cover and she able to enjoy.
Yeah, that's it.
And we wonder why the community is full of people that want to troll and disrespect.
Oh, like if he were to see us talking about him and he did a video, he's like, y'all two are
And
peaches.
that's important. We will need to at least learn with you together.
I'm a duck when it comes to fighting, dude.
Yeah, if we're in person, I wouldn't call you a bitch here.
So I also want to thank all of our sponsors. The sponsorship info will be listed in Eretz Hashem in the description on the YouTube video as well as in the podcast description as well. So all of our sponsors. We'll say with that, let us begin. Today's Dr. Speak People 83. We are picking up on today is on base 82B, about 14 lines up from the bottom of the two dots. So the Mishnah quoted us called Kohen Shishimi's Ketuma. So it was fascinating Mishnah. The Mishnah said that if you have a Kohen who does the Avodah and says ritual, so what's Talmud? So the young Kohanim would take him out and essentially beat him up, beat him to death. The concept or application of Kanoah is spoken about. We saw yesterday. So the Gemara says as follows: so Racha bar Huna asked the following shaila to Rashi. Go to Shiloh. Going to Shemish to Shlomo, Chayi needs to be Shlomo. I know in Chayi needs to be Shlomo. What if a Kohen does the Avodah in a ritual state of pure? So what's the halacha? Is it Chayi needs to be Shlomo or not Chayi needs to be Shlomo? What is the halacha? I'm going to Nisua. So again, remember this is the Racha bar Huna asking Shlomo. And Rashi just responds. He says, no, Mishnah. Going to Shemish to Shlomo. Calling did the Avodah ritual state of purity. And after HaKohen Levine also the baby. If the other Kohanim don't bring it, these are Mishnah. Other Kohanim don't bring it today, no matter what they do. Ela Pirchei Kahuna Motzion also puts La'azara. The young Kohanim take this Kohen and did the Avodah and state from the people outside of the courtyard. Who puts them in smoke for biggest and they beat them over the head with clubs. So what do you see from here? These are right from Mechaydi Shemayim. The Shach gave the Mitzvah with Shemayim. And again, if Halacha L'Maisa, we're making the assumption that a Kohen who does the Avodah in the state of Tumah is highly B'Yisrael Shemayim. Will be killed at the hands of Aaron, then leave it alone. Leave it alone. Let a Kohen Baruch Hu do his job. Let a Kohen run his role. Why do the Pirchei, why do the Kohen have to take this guy and essentially beat him to death? So you must say, rather it must be that Halacha L'Maisa, a Kohen who does the Avodah in the state of Tumah is not Chayiv B'Yisrael Shemayim. Actually, the Gemara says, Midi B'Midi D'Rachmana Pashtas, Va'ana Meiko B'Nikdolen, is there such a thing for an infraction? That the Torah says you're utter, and we're going to make a person Chayiv. So it must be But he's not chayiv nisa b'dei shamayim. Incredible. Is that true? Is that true? That just because Hashem says you're potter, we don't exact punishment from such an individual. Well, that's probably the case. But not nisha like of the Shana Beis Machnisim on Soli Kippah. So again, we just saw this in Shabbos and that if somebody went ahead and violated prohibitions multiple times, and his height mountains, so what did you after a certain number of times? You put him in the kippah, and you put him in the cell. Remember again, the cell that's small that he can't stretch out. You put him in the cell, and ultimately again feed him a little bit of bread with water, and then bug him. He dies. So the Gemara says, here's a perfect case. If you were to bring the guy to Bezin, what would Bezin do to this individual? Nothing. So here's the case of Baruch says the person is potter, and yet he still take the law into our own hands. The Gemara says, no, it's not a Geraya. Remember, Hamra Gibya, Hamra Shlokish, the Malchus shall Krisus Askinon, the Gavra Bar Chicago. No, remember how we defined that case? What case of Malchus is that this is a person who committed multiple acts of Kares, I should say. He violated the same Kares prohibition multiple times. Now, for Kares, Bezin doesn't execute the person, like Bezin doesn't get Malchus. Such a person is deserving of death. Remember again, Gemara said, including the fact that he's a repeat offender indicates that he doesn't value his life, so we just expedite the process of his death. Going about this, what about the case of also Shabbos is Mishnah? What about the guy who steals the clean sharks, the service utensil? So again, the Mishnah said, I'm buzzing it, he kills an individual. So again, see, here's an example. If you bring the guy to Bezin for stealing clean sharks, what would it be? Probably another case of theft, pay back what you stole and move on. But yet again, we killed the guy, or Kanonim would kill the guy. So what do you see from here? That even in a case where someone is technically exempt by a Kachpark or by Bezin, we will still, or by a Kachpark, we'll still go ahead and kill him. No. I'm ready to be sure Saskinon, the Ramiza, Loya Bola, Laros, Kibola, as I commission on this. Remember again, that case is different. It's not based on a possible number here, it's being interrogated upon the service, and that you need to trust that which this is down. I have a Hamakala saying, what about the guy who curses with sorcery? Remember again, also, I know in Hogan motion is an example. If you bring him to court, of course, won't do anything. Yet you still kill this guy, right? I can't make you kill this guy. But Tana Yosef, Yaakov Kosin as Kosmo, the next thing in the Bari is Hashem. That's the case. Remember, we need to find that case. It has the appearance that such individuals actually person a vulnerable. That's how we can deal with it in terms of situation. I have Bolas like this. What about the case of Bolas like this? Like, what about a man with relations with an individual? So again, remember, Nidai says if you're going to get to the okay, maybe it's allowed. But when I saw cannot impose the vote, so here's an example where this part of quote unquote exempts the person, and yet he's killing anyway. Which the Gemara says, no. Remember, how you kind of a Talmud, the Akre Rav Ligmar. Remember again, that's where Rav. Remember again, he asked the question to Rav. Rav didn't know the answer. Rav kind of had your dream, he saw the pasuk in your dream, and therefore again, this idea that you can go ahead and kill someone who went ahead and with spoil of pieces, again, based on that pasuk, interpretation of that pasuk. Also, as you saw, halacha l'mashal. All right, Esrei. So remember, is the conscious also. So again, so just to keep track of our basic fundamental question. If a Kohen does the avodah in a state of ritual impurity, is he chayiv nisa b'dei shamayim or not? So remember, this was the question that Rabbi asked from Rav Sheshes. Now Rav Sheshes responded. Rav Sheshes said the answer is obviously no. Right? The answer must be no. So he said that Allah Chalamaysa. I'm sorry. The answer must be yes, because the Mishnah said that if a Kohen does the avodah in a state of tumah, then halacha l'maisa, pirchei kuna are allowed to take him out and beat him to death. Now, from Rav Shesh's perspective, the only way that would be permitted is if such a person was highly misleading shamayim. So then again, the pirchei kuna should almost act as the shluchei Hashem, the details about the function to carry out that penalty. But if he's not highly misleading shamayim, and at the end of the day, how can you kill someone who HaKadosh Baruch Hu paters? Which now you know through all of these cases where, no, you do have cases like that, where someone technically will not be liable in a technical, legalistic basis, but yet you still see that they can be liable to a death penalty. Okay? Or I should say, at least liable to death at the hands of the Tanoi. Okay, the Gemara goes back there. The Gemara says, instead, the Gemara is the Kasha. Here we go. Fascinating case. Hayotse Haboldo Raposes Hamoleas Aminit Amagish and Science. Let's go through this. Yotse. So this is talking about different aspects of Chabad Mikra. So the person who goes ahead, we'll see exactly what this case is. Pouring oil on a Mikra. That's Yotse. Bolo, ultimately again, is mixing the flour with the oil. Bolo, Poses, certain knuckles to be baked off, then crushed. So the act of crushing is called Poses. Moleach, adding salt. Native is waving the mincha. Magish, bringing the mincha close. So what's the halacha? On the side of the shulchan, or one who puts the lechem upon on the actual shulchan itself, or a native asanilos, or one who arranges the candles or the oil of the menorah. The hakomes, or one who takes the knusa. Remember, the knusa is the way the coin takes the flour from the top, the three little fingers. On the kabel damin b'chot, or one who goes ahead and is metabolized, he receives the blood of a carbon that has been offered. If you do these things ultimately, of course, pater ve'in chayav analik. One is pater, and ultimately again not chayav. Now, what is this talking about? So take a look at the last Rashi over here. Rashi says, "B'chutz im asa achas ilchutz." So what we're talking about over here is if a person performed any of these avodos outside of the Beis Hamikdash. So again, if a person, so that's the case. Pour oil on a mincha, mix the mincha, broke up the pieces of the mincha, added salt to the mincha, wake the mincha, brought the mincha close, arrange the bread on the shulchan, or arrange the candles or the lights of the menorah, took the k'nitza, received sacrificial blood. If you did any of these things outside the Beis Hamikdash, you are pater. You are pater. Now this is very interesting because remember again, it's a concept of shkutei chutz. What's shkutei chutz? You're not allowed to shech the carbon outside of the Beis Hamikdash. So now the Gemara is saying over here, so apparently it only applies to certain types of sacrificial service and doesn't apply to others. What's the mistake? We'll take a look at Rashi. Pater, last Rashi on page 82, the Rashi says Pater. So chayiv kares ela shochet. The only thing you're chayiv is to do b'chorz the shchita, slaughtering of a sacrificial animal. It's
called Tucker clocking in.
So this is very interesting. Like this. Any sacrificial rite that has another sacrificial rite that follows after it, you're not chayiv for doing that b'chutz. Essentially, the only thing you're chayiv for doing outside these leaders are including sacrificial rites. So a good example of that would be shchita, slaughtering an animal, right? Zrika, sprinkling the blood. So these are final rites, final actions that only have a corresponding follow-up. So because of that, you do it outside of the Beis Hamikdash, you are pater. Okay, so also says the Gemara says in chayav na'alehem, top of pegimel. So you're not chayav. Now what are you not chayav? Lo mishum zaros. So I want, for example, let's say a kohen did any one of these aforementioned acts outside of the Beis Hamikdash, right? You poured the oil on the mincha, you broke it up, you did all these things. So if a non-kohen did it outside, you would not be chayav. Remember, normally there's a misa. If a non-kohen does the apple, so it's chayav misa. So but again, if any of these things were done, he's not chayiv. Similarly, if the Kohen did it, but he was in a state of tumah, he also wouldn't be chayiv. Very interesting. Similarly, a Kohen, actually, is passing parsha. A Kohen has to do the avodah wearing the requisite big dick with Kohanic vestments. Failure to do so, and then his vestment validates the avodah. And that's going to be a misa. But again, this doesn't apply to the list that we just mentioned before. The lo mishum rachos yadayim v'raglayim. And also, again, halacha l'maisa, normally before performing an avodah, a kohen would have to try to wash his hands and his feet. Failure to do so results in liability, culpability. But again, if he didn't wash his hands and feet for any of these things that were done outside, there's no liability. Okay, it's very interesting. And Rashi points out over here, if you look at Rashi, lo mishum zaros, zar she'asa achas mehem bifnim, eino chayiv misa. So this is interesting, right? If a non-kohen did any of these things inside of the Beis Hamikdash, he would not be chayiv misa. Same idea, but let me show Tuma. Kohen Kamesh Shimish, Bizaros Shimish Tuma. Same idea that again, there's no deal of Tuma, there's no deal of Mukhos. God didn't good. So the Gemara says as follows. Ha Makder Kayu. And interestingly enough, what we could see from this is that if you were to do the Hatorah, if you were to go ahead and take the covenant, put it on, and burn it outside the Beis Hamikdash, that there would be liable. You know what you're asking? Ha Makder. Kahavi Avodah Tama, Shein Achareh Avodah, Chayev Mishum Tuma, Umay Chayev Lav Nisa. So again, now you might kind of switch gears a little bit. So what do you see from here? That if the Kohen were to go ahead and offer up a covenant, burn it on the Mizbeach in a state of Tumah, he would be chayav. In other words, the only time that there wasn't the deal of Tumah, ultimately again, is if it was Bachutz. But if it's Bifnim, there would be a deal. So what do you see from here? Again, it's coming full circle, that if a Kohen does the Avodah in a state of Tumah, is a deal of Nisa. Now again, the Kashas were talking in the right. So that seems to answer the original question that Rabbi asked Rav Sheshes. That was our original question. If a Kohen does the Avodah in a state of Tumah, is he chayiv Nisa b'dei Shamayim? The answer seems to be a resounding yes. To which the Gemara said, "My love, Nisa." Don't we see from here that if a Kohen goes ahead and offers up a covenant in the state of Tumah, is chayiv Nisa? No, that's no, it's not. It's actually it's a lot. However, so you're going to say that if a non-Kohen does this, he also will only be in violation of Allah. Rashi says over here, Elazar Nami, so the issue over here is, remember, so we're grouping all of these things together. So if you're telling me now that if a Kohen offers up in a state of Tumah, it's only a quote unquote only allowed, not in this situation. So what does that mean? If a non-Kohen does this, it's also only allowed. Well, that can't be. Because it says explicitly that a non-Kohen engages in sacrificial service, it gets involved in sacrificial services. But you got this one says, you're right, you're not treated the same. You're not treated the same. In the cloud, you might just make a difference over here. In the cloud, the Yotzei Ubolel, the rest of the cloud, the Yotzei Ubolel Lab Nami Lo. So you might say, interestingly enough, we can infer from this that ultimately, again, Yotzei, remember, Yotzei is the pouring of the oil, Bolo is the mixing of the oil. Love Nami Lo. Would also not be liable to Rashi. Where it says, Yotzei Ubolel, the common master Lab the Amoru, the Isbei. So apparently, again, by Yotzei Bolo, I guess it's not even allowed by Tumah. Which was is that true about Tanya? As well, Yotzei Bolo Minani, from where we know that there is allowed to go ahead and pour the oil and mix the oil to a covenant of one of the spirits. One Lomar, Hidoshi, you, Vemo Yichalu. Plus, it says, be holy. And do not profane, do not desecrate. The Gemara says, you're right, but that's only the Rabbi. Okay, interesting. So apparently, the Torah saw there's no political prohibition against someone who is coming, pouring the oil, mixing the oil to a covenant club. The Torah against the Rabbi, and the Pasuk is going to smack them. But the question is not. Mason marries the Kasha, Me'elah is the Nisa. So the Rabbi says over here, these are the people who are Chayiv Nisa, Tamei, Sheshimish. Okay, pretty explicit. A Kohen who is Tamei, ultimately again, does the Avod is Chayiv Nisa, the Gay Shamayim. Which the Gemara says, to Yoshka, Enochinami is the refutation. It's a refutation. So let's say, it appears that the conclusion of the Gemara is that halacha lines if a person, the Kohen does the avodah in the state of Tumah, he's Chayiv Nisa B'dei Shamayim. Now, by the way, if you take that approach, so it's interesting, if you take that approach, then it makes sense why the Mishnah says Kohen Sheshimish B'Tumah ain't Akal Chaim Mavino Celebration. So you can't bring in today's name, right? Like the Mishnah said, what are you bring in today's name for? What is based in today's name? There's no based in liability over here, but what can they do? They can take it out and make it be love. Now, what's their license to do so? Because since this Kohen is Chayiv Nisa B'dei Shamayim, therefore, the other Kohen can be taken out and essentially beat into that. Pretty incredible Gemara. I'll also point out that there's something very interesting, another nugget of information, that halacha l'maaseh appears that when it comes to doing sacrificial rites and services outside of the Beis Hamikdash, I just went to the Gemara over here. I don't know, I can't look up. how the Rambam has here offhand. But according to how the Gemara passes over here, is that it's only what's called an avodah tama, only a concluding service. What does that mean? A concluding service? A service that there's nothing that follows after that. By shchita, there are services that follow after. The shchita itself is a self-concluding avodah. It doesn't have a follow-up to shchita. So interesting enough, so again, just as an aside, one is only chayiv for shchita, for avodah before it's what we call an avodah tama, a complete avodah that doesn't even have anything following up after. Okay, so now we're going to go back and do the rest of the daf today. Go back and dissect the rice which was just here. The following people are chayiv Isa, and again, in this context, was it for today? So today, whenever we see Isa means Isa b'dei shamayim. Fine. So the English will be so. Ha'ochel es ha'tevel. Person goes in and eats tevel. In other words, what's tevel? Tevel is unfried produce. So the person goes in and eats tevel that chayiv Isa b'dei shamayim. Rashi says over here. Rashi says. So again, what's the going to do? We're gonna go ahead and mention the list, and then we'll go back and we'll explain how we know each of these items. Number one, number two, the kohen tamisha afo truma tahor. The kohen who is tamei eats truma which is ritually pure. Okay, so tamei kohen eats truma which is tahor, eats bishmayim. Bizar shafas truma, a non-kohen eats truma also misli shamayim. Bizar shishimish, bizar, right? Non-kohen serves in the Mikdash. Ultimately, again, chayiv Isa. Tamei shishimish. Oh, a kohen who's tamei, who does the avodah, also chayiv Isa. Again, both sides, this is from the previous. Remember again, the Gemara is quoting part of the Bible plan, but once again, this seems to be the definitive ruling that a kohen does the avodah in a state of ritual purity. It's chayiv Isa b'dei shamayim. Tamei shishimish, u'tvul yom shishi. Remember again, is someone who goes to the mikvah by day, but still requires hair of shemesh. Sunset in order to do the avodah, in order to be pure. So he does the avodah, chayiv Isa b'dei shamayim. Next, the kohen is not wearing all of the obligatory kohanic vestments. Next, the kohen is lacking, he's tamei. Different types of tumah require up to three things. Number one, time, duration. Number two, mikvah. And number three, karbanos in order to fully effect this. The kusar kapara means someone who may have had time, even gone to the mikvah, has not yet taught his necessary karbanos. So a person like that does the avodah in the Beis Hamikdash, he is chayiv Isa. Fascinating. Okay, so the Gemara says weiter. Remember again, the first thing when the kohen comes into the Beis Hamikdash, from translation this morning, they go to the Kira, they go to the big basin, and they wash their hands in it. Failure to do so, and therefore doing the avodah with unwashed hands and feet is chayiv Isa b'dei shamayim. If you do the avodah under the influence, right, drinks the use of wine, which might Kure Rosh. The Kohen allows his hair to grow. He didn't take a haircut. Remember, he wants to say this. How often a Kohen has to cut his hair? God has to cut his hair. Malach has to cut his hair. So the Kohen goes in with long hair. He's kind of so about Arel, Va'onim, the Yosh, and the Manisa Elabasta. The Kohen's very sweet. The Kohen's uncircumcised. Arel, or Onim. Only means never going to pay. The person loses a relative when they're obligated to more. They between death and burial is animals. Kohen does their order or Yoshi. The avodah is the avodah has to be done standing up. Let's say the Kohen does the avodah sitting down. All three of these things. Arel, Onim, Yoshev. There's no fee of these tradition, right? Rather, what is there? Ella, Na'as Karo. There's a lot. Now, interestingly enough, Rashi points out over here, it's fascinating. What's the piece of Arel? Rashi says, Shenisu Acha Mak Masmiva, the Onim Shishimish, the Shishimish Miyusha, the Kohen Ikulu Kiblu Hulu Machli Avoda. So it's interesting, by the way, you think it's a way to ever have an uncircumcised Kohen. Remember, if you have any situation today, we know it's hemophilia. So we know, and again, obviously, genetic conditions, let's say the Kohen had all these mothers and vaginas and resulted in schema. they recognize that now again there's an issue with such a point with such a person not the obligation to have the schema, which is fine. It's not the schema, but he's not allowed to do the apple. So any of these three people maybe are not allowed to Orel, One, and Yoshi are not allowed to do the apple. So it's not clear needs to be Shemayim, rather again, he will be allowed. Talmud, that's it. What happens if a blemish controlling does the apple? What's that law? Rabbi over the Misa, the Chachamim Omim Nas Hara. So Rabbi says, you see the Shemayim, and Chachamim say Allah, fascinating. Okay, so again, we'll see all this later on in the Gemara. Let's say somebody intentionally committed an act of murder. Again, even though use of probation is double property. So let's say someone actively and purposely went ahead and took basically this property and used it. Rabbi Omer to use. Rabbi said using the Shemayim, the Chacham saying no, Ba'as Hara, it's allowed. How so? Okay, so let's say now that's our latest. Now let's dissect this. Number one. The first person in Yisibide Shemayim lineup, first guy in Yisa Bide Shemayim lineup is also a person who eats untied produce. So you must say, where exactly do I know that from? How do I know that if someone eats Tadal that is trying Yisa Shemayim, so literally it says, do not profane the consecrated items of the name Israel that will be raised to Hashem. Future tense. The Gemara says, "Ba'asidin literal akasov medaber." The Torah is talking about produce that is going to have ties removed from it. What's the definition of produce that is going to have ties removed from it? Called tadal. Called tadal. And the Torah says over here, do not go ahead and profane it. Do not go ahead and profane it. And the Torah prescribes that penalty. So the Gemara says, listen to this. Yolit, well, actually, the Torah doesn't describe the death penalty. Here's what happens. Yolit, chilo mishuma. Make it zero shava. It says chilo by tel, and chilo profane by truma. Yishamras mishmarkid lo yisu alochet. So it says chilo by truma. It says chilo by tabal, and we say ma'ala halon b'mis. Just like if someone is not allowed to eat truma, whether it's a sow, I'm not going to eat truma, or a coin coming to eat truma, they're put to death. So zero shabbat kilo to teach us that if you eat tevel, it's also misari in Shemayim. Incredible. The Gemara says, once I can hold up, kilo minosar. Why don't you make it nosar? Everyone say, what's nosar? Nosar is sacrificial meat that is left over past its committed window. So why don't you? So the lashon of kilo also occurs by nosar. So why not make a zero shabbat there and say the following? Mala alon b'kares, avkani kares. Now nosar is punished by kares. Right? If you eat sacrificial meat past the committed window, kares. So why don't we say that just like nosar is kares, so too again tevel is kares. Which means that no, it makes more sense to learn out tevel from truma than tevel from nosar. Why? Because of this. Chicken truma, chutz. Number one, truma doesn't apply in chutz. So, right, truma doesn't apply in chutz. Tevel doesn't apply in chutz. Next, putra. In both of these cases, there is a way to remedy the status. Right? Rashi says over here. Rashi says. About 6 lines of Truma, Chutz, similar to Zed Truma, no Rabbis, over in the Hadim of Chutz, about no sun like Rabbi Bar, or the Shas Heter about. So remember, again, Bechol Makom. So technically speaking, it's interesting. Nosar can apply to Chutz. Now, when can Nosar apply to Chutz? When there's Heter balance. When you are allowed to use personal altars, which again is a machlokes, is exactly when that's permitted. But when you're allowed to use personal altars, that means you offer kabbalas anywhere, which means Nosar could apply anywhere. The Yesheter L'Isuro, then Yesheter L'Isuro B'Hafrosh, but the Yesheter L'Isuro B'Tadol. Motor Truma, about Nosar, Ein Heter L'Isuro. Second distinction, right? Second commonality is Chutra. No, right? Remember, so Tadol can be permitted. How? It's like Truma. Truma ultimately is permitted to a Kohen. Nosar can never be permitted. Once it's Nosar, it remains prohibited. Furthermore, Baravid, both the lashon of Chilul by Tevel and by Truma is in the plural, but by Noser in the singular. And Berabin, Pigol, I'm sorry, Truma Chutzlar, Kutra, Berabin, Peros, Pigol, Venosa. Take a look at Rashi. Pigol, Venosa. Rashi. So first of all, both apply to produce inside. So both had the plural lashon of Pigol. Both apply to produce, both being again Tevel and Truma, and Pigol, Venosa. Rashi says, no, Truma. Neither Pigol nor Nosar apply to Tevel or Truma. So therefore, again, the Gemara says these are all the similarities that exist between Truma and Tevel, and therefore it makes more sense to compare or to make a Shava between Tevel to Truma than between Tevel to Nosar. One second, hold up. Adrabah. One second. Nosar also shares many commonalities with Tevel. How so? Shekin Pasol, Shekin Pasol Opa. Shekin Pasol Opa, look at that. Shekin Pasol Opa. Nosar is all Shneim Psul HaMichael. So remember again, both Nosar and Tevel is a Psul in the Opa. The food itself, the item itself, is inherently invalid. Right? So again, Nosar inherently invalidated. Tevel inherently invalidated. Rashi says about Truma, Pasol HaGuf, Ukiya. Interestingly enough, Truma, right? Remember, again, we're talking about Truma itself is inherently permitted, right?
I don't understand it just because, like, I'm not there yet.
It's for people at certain times. But when I say Rabbi,
but I'm not at the level where I can do like.
so the Gemara therefore suggests, why not compare Tevel
They get way more views than us.
and Nosar? Because Tevel and Nosar have this commonality. So ultimately, again, both of them are inherently invalid or inherently compromised. Which, furthermore, Elo Heter, but like, furthermore, again, Elo Heter in the mikvah, neither can be remedied in the mikvah. Right? You can't remedy Nosar by putting in the mikvah. You can't remedy Tevel by putting in the mikvah. Truma, like the case of Truma, like the Kohen was Tameh, he's not allowed to eat it. So ultimately, again, he can go to the mikvah and remedy himself. Rashi says over here, for the same Rashi, okay? So the point the Gemara is making over here is, you're making it sound like all the comparisons that exist are between Tevel and Truma. But there are plenty of comparisons that exist between Tevel and Nosar as well, for which the Gemara says confusion. You're right, but there are more similarities between Tevel and Truma than there are between Tevel and Nosar. Therefore, we're making the Shava Shilo, we'd rather make it between Tevel and Truma, Tevel and Truma, and Tevel and Nosar. And therefore, again, that will teach you that just like Truma is Misa B'Shamayim, so too again, consumption of Tevel will also be Misa B'Shamayim, and not like Nosar, which is a few place. Okay, beautiful. Ravina says, Filo Drab, Rabbi says, no, the truth is, the reason we prefer to compare Tevel to Truma, not Tevel to Nosar, is because Tevel and Truma both have the lashon of Hillel, profane, in the plural, as opposed to Nosar, which has in the singular, and that seems to be a more compelling halachic bridge between those two concepts. All right, incredible. So the Gemara goes back to the Kohen coming to offer Truma Torah Minallah, and from where do we know that a Kohen is coming? Right, so again, so on the list, a Kohen is coming, goes ahead and eats Truma Torah. So Tamei Kohen eats regular Truma, means B'Shamayim. From where do you know that? So the Amar Shmuel, Yinayim the Kohen coming to offer Truma Torah. From where do you know that a Kohen is coming who eat Truma Torah? How do we know that Halach L'Maisa? So it needs to be B'Shamayim. How do I know that if the Tamei Kohen eats Truma Torah, that Halach L'Maisa again is hiding to B'Shamayim? It said, the Shomer Es Mishmartin, Along Yisu Arlov Kate. Plus it says, literally again, guard my guardianship, Mishmartin, he will not carry or not bear any sin. The Gemara says, Tahora in Taneo. Ultimately, again, it's the first Truma Tahora, and not the Truma Taneo. I'm a Shmuel, Rabbi Lazar, United Point, I'm a Shapa Truma Taneo, in the Nisa. So let's just it's very interesting. The Gemara suggesting over here, it is only if a Kohen Tameh eats Truma Tahora that is Misa B'Shamayim. But if a Tameh Kohen eats Truma Taneo, there's no Misa B'Shamayim. How do I know this? Shene'emar umesu bo v'yechalelu. They only put to death if they profane the truma. So what do you see from here? Amr Day goes like 83b. Prat Lezusha Nechuzah Letzah. This excludes truma, which is already profane. What's an example of truma which is already been profaned? That's truma which is already coming. So again, therefore Allah Lamaisa, when we speak about again the consumption of truma to bring you to this, that's a tummy coin who consumes truma tahora is chayiv misavishah. So remember, so our list, we're just going through our list over here, right? We are assembling our different things that fall into this category. Ultimately, again, misavishah. Good. Let's go back to it. Here we go. The non-coin truma is chayiv misavishah. Says the Gemara Amara. So Rav, interestingly enough, said, no, if a non-coin eats truma, he gets malchus. I'm really Rav Kahana. Rabasi Rav, Lema Marba Misa, Yexid B'chol Zar Lo Yochal Kodesh, Ani Hashem Mekadsham. The pasuk says that no non-coin should eat truma. So Rabbi says, so again, then the pasuk, interesting enough, the pasuk before it says, V'shamres Mishmartim, V'lo Yisrael Al Chet U'Mesu. So Misa is juxtaposed to a Zar eating truma. So why don't you say therefore that a Zar eating truma should be a Kiyad Mikra and not allowed? To which the Gemara says,
let's make sure we're 100%.
No, there's an interruption. Rashi says, Be'mesu bo u'bein kol Zar. So the pasuk doesn't really flow, right? In other words, the pasuk begins ultimately with a discussion about Mesu bo, and then it says, Chazar lo yochal kodesh. So it doesn't flow directly. Because it doesn't flow directly, therefore the juxtaposition can't say, teach me that a Zar who eats truma is going to be chayav misa. Okay, so what's the message is the kasha, these are the people who are chayav misa. Zara Okalas Truma, a non-coin eats truma. So it's very explicit that a non-coin eats truma is going to be chayav misa. Which means no, Masmisa, so you're bringing up again, you're bringing up a mission. No. Bringing up a Daisa to go and go. You're bringing this raya to contradict Rav. So the Gemara says, Rav, Hanahu Upali. Rav is a Tana, and Rav is the ability to argue. Okay, I was saying that it happens to be that in this listing, halacha l'maisa, we pass that indeed a Zar who eats truma is chayav misavishah. Okay, now then let's go back there. So remember, Tami Shishinish, good. The Tami Shishinish, the Kohen is coming, goes ahead and does that whole thing basically, because she's chayav misavishah. So we must, the boy made of Kiyabar Avin made of Yosef. So most of this is the exact discussion we had before. The Tami Shishinish, Shuba Misa, how do we know that if a Kohen is coming, and you have all the days in the club, that is chayav misavishah? It said, Dabra la'arud al-banov, v'yinazgu mikatche b'nei Yisrael, v'lo yichamelu es shem kadshi. Okay. So the pasuk says, speak to Aaron and his sons, and they should be careful. Yinazgu should be careful with the clutching of b'nei Yisrael, and they should not profane my holy name. And the Gemara says once again, v'yolif, chilo mitruma. Wow. We make a dear Shabbat, chilo for truma. And we say, Ma la'alon b'Yisrael, acham b'Yisrael. Just like the legal consumption of truma is misri shamayim, so again, if a person is coming, a Kohen is coming, does the avodah, it's kind of misri shamayim. I said to Gemara 1 second, same as we had before. The nail it, kilo minasa. Why not make this year Shabbat kilo minasa? And then we're going to both say, Mala haran price half price. Consumption of nosar is a chiyuv toyes. So what do we say? It says chilo by nosar, and it says chilo by. Kohen who is coming who does the avodah, just like the nosar is toyes, so too this Kohen who does the avodah b'tumah is also chiyuv toyes, which measures the stop. The Truma Havelel. It makes more sense to learn out the Truma case from Truma. Why? The Gemara says Shekin Guf. Because interestingly enough, both the cases of Truma as well as Truma have to do again with the body of the individual. Tameh, both are a state of Truma. Mikvah has the ability to remediate. The Rabbi, both have a plural lashon of Chilul. So do the Rashi by me. Rashi says over here, Guf, Tameh, Mikvah, Rabbi. Tamish Shimish, the Tamish Alpha Truma, so both a coin who is coming does the avodah, and a coin who is coming who eats truma, first of all, both of them, their disqualification is inherently in their person. Right, in their person. Ushneim psulei truma, like both of them are genuine truma. Yesham heter the mikvah, both to be remedied by mikvah. And they also both shared lashon of chilul in the plural form. Adrabah, you know something? Not so fast. Let's learn out coin who does the avodah by truma from Nosa. After all, Shekain, Kodesh, Pnim, Kegol, Vinosa. Also, because Nosa and Truma have all of these other surahs. Look at that. Kodesh, Kamesh Shimish Vasak Kachek, Ubinosa, Kodesh, Ushtei Betzmin. Remember again, all of these things, right? Both of them deal with consecrated items, Kodesh. Pnim, both of them deal with the inside, right, or inside of the base of Mikdash. And both are subject to Chilul and Osar, to which the Gemara says, Chilul Durabin, Chilul Durabin, sorry, Chilul Durabin, Chilul Durabin Hadith. Once again, I must have just been before it appears that really it's interesting that what kind of carries the day with this is we would rather compare two things that have the same lesson of Chilul. That since, again, the plural form of Chilul is used by Truma, and the Chilul form of Truma is used by a person, a coin who does the avodah of the Truma, therefore, again, we will link them together. We will say that Allah just as legal consumption of Truma, right? If a coin is coming, each Truma is Chayiv Mishamayim. So too, a coin who is coming who does the avodah is also Chayiv Mishamayim. Incredible. Next in line. Tvul Yom. Remember, it's Tvul Yom. Went to the mitzvah by day, but he still requires nightfall. If he does this coin does the avodah, he's Chayiv Mishamayim. Says the Gemara Minah. Where do you know this? The sign that is Simon Omer. First wide line. Okay, Gemara is 83. Rabbi Tvul Yom. From where do we know that if a coin isn't Tvul Yom, he went to the mitzvah by day, but he still needs Harris and still the sun go down. How do I know that his avodah is unfit? Kilo, Minayim, Amalom Kedoshim Yiyu Leloheim. Plus it says, do kadosh to your God and do not profane. Now the Gemara says, now what does this mean? The Pashtus is talking about Tumah. I don't need a Tumah. And in the Tumah Shishir, do not come maybe Nazru. Remember again, if I don't need this pasuk to teach me that a Kohen who does the avodah of Tumah is chayiv, because you already learned that from the pasuk. Tineu in Tvul Yom Shishir. Ultimately, again, use it to teach me that a coin with Tvul Yom who does the avodah is chayiv Mishamayim, or I should say, is chayiv. Is chayiv. I don't know that it's chayiv Mishamayim. Once you know it, Chilul Mitzvah. We make a Jershav of Chilul Mitzvah. Mala Alon B'Misa, Afkan B'Misa. Just like by Truma, if a coin was coming into Truma, it's chayiv Mishamayim. So too, again, if a coin with Tvul Yom does the avodah, it's also chayiv Mishamayim. Incredible. And of course, the Gadim. So let's say, again, like I said before, last week, this passage cards Francis Pichata. Like the Kohen has to wear the requisite outfit, requisite clothing. And failure to do so. And, right? He doesn't wear the avodah, he doesn't wear the clothing, the God, and he still does the avodah. He's chayiv misa b'dei shamayim. It says Rabbi Noah. Remember me on this song. I'm Rabbi Abba, I'm Rabbi Ochanan, Umatu Beimishmit, Rabbi Moshe Shemim, the Hagarta Osam Hafnit. Pasuk says, you shall put the belt, you shall gird them. You shall gird them with a belt. Right? Avnei, the belt was one of the big unos. His master became Aleim, Kilunasam Aleim. Where their clothing, when their clothing is upon them, they're not the most interesting is fascinating, right? Because the you have to really teach the rest of the passage. The rest of the passage is the Chagatim Osam Avnei, right? You should put a belt around them. Aro Rubanot, the Chavashlam, the bows, put their hands on them. Kuna will be theirs for an everlasting statute. When is the kahuna theirs? When they wear the coat. Now, Allah, when I say the kahuna is like, what does mean the kahuna is not theirs? It means, the word understanding, that if a Kohen does this hustle, and again, in this case, Chayiv Mishamayim. So the Gemara says, V'havamu Zorim, Because a Kohen, listen to this, a Kohen who does the avodah without the requisite garments is the equivalent of a non-Kohen who does the avodah. And a non-Kohen who does the avodah is Chametz Yerushalayim. So to a Kohen who does the avodah without the proper vestments, the proper articles of clothing, is Chayiv Nisa. So Rabbi Amar is actually Shimshon Nisa. And we learned that Allah for myself, if a non-Kohen does the avodah, he is Chayiv Nisa. So let's say it's really incredible that the kahuna only vests upon the Kohen when he's wearing the bread. So let's say it's such a fascinating idea. Why? Because on one hand, the kahuna is innate. Remember again, what do you have to do to be a Kohen? It's not like you just find it. No matter how well you behave, if you're not in, you're not in. If your father's a Kohen, you're a Kohen. If your father's not a Kohen, you could be the God of Hador, it's still not a Kohen. So on one hand, kahuna is innate. On the other hand, you need to be in order to go ahead and do the avodah. And if you get some 2% lessons of Torah, that this really is the embodiment of Kedusha. Kedusha is comprised of these two things. There's innate Kedusha, and ultimately, again, is earned Kedusha. So innate Kedusha, every single Jew has Kedusha. Right? You don't have to do anything. You're born a Jew or you convert into Yiddishkeit. If you're Jewish, you have Kedusha. And that's beautiful. And it's a fantastic foundation. The next step are like, what garments do you want to put on yourself? A beggar represents something that I take from the world, I take from the outside, and then I make it part of me, right? They say like clothes make the man. Clothes are very much tied up in a person's identity. So on a spiritual level, my begotten are the actions I engage in, my accomplishments. What begotten, what am I going to wear? And if you don't have begotten, if you don't have begotten, then all you're left with is your innate Kedusha. If all you have is your innate Kedusha, you're a Zah, you're like a baby. You're like a baby, a spiritual baby. Baby comes into this world, yeah, baby's holy, it's beautiful, fantastic, but the baby do absolutely nothing. So how's the baby holy? Because every single yid has an innate Kedusha. But life, successful living is all about what clothing are you going to wear? What are your ma'asim tovim? What are your good deeds? What are your accomplishments? What are your chasadim? What's your tzedakah? And every single thing that you do in life is another bag, is another garment that you put on. And clothes, mamish, make the man. Clothes make us the man. And listen, this is interesting. If you think about it, why is it exactly that there's such specificity regarding the clothing of the God? Such specificity. So, on one level, the Shikha brings down because people are very taken by ecstasy nowadays, and we want people to come to these musicians to be inspired. And we can see the point, all of that stuff. But I think which is beautiful and incredible. But it goes on a deeper level. That I remember this is I go to see a coin, it's both holy and it's spiritual. And when I see what the coin is, even if it's a coin, right? With no clothing, right? You need the coin on the streets. You need to put on the street, right? You need a Matzah Shabbos, he's getting pizza just like everybody else. So what happens? You're going to let him go first in line, right? Why? Because you have to give respect to him. He's not really the God, but he's still a Kohen. He's still a Kohen. Even without the God, he's still a Kohen because his innate identity is Kohen. But he really only fully self-actualizes when he puts on the God. Now listen, it's the same thing for all of us. I'm always Kaddish because I have an innate Kedusha. If you want to become the best version of you, put on your clothes. What clothing are you going to don? Right? And every day I decide, what am I putting on? Today is going to be a jacket of tzedakah. Right? It's going to be a pair of pants of Talmud Torah. It's going to be a sweater of chesed. Every day the goal is to layer more and more and more begotten. You can walk around without clothing and you're still holy. But that's ultimately innate or conferred holiness. That holy right is to earn your Kedusha. And the way you earn your Kedusha is ultimately by accumulating your beautiful begotten. This is what the big teaches us. Without the begotten, you're not a Kohen. Without the begotten, you can't serve in the base of the church. With the begotten, says the Gemara. Next. If a Kohen does not go ahead and wash his hands and he does the avodah, he's Chayiv Yerushalayim. Says the Gemara, where do we know this? From Minaman. It says, the says when the Kohanim come to the Olam Moed, they should go ahead and wash their hands, and they won't die. And you won't die. Okay, so listen, so it's pretty explicit. You wash your hands and feet, you won't die. Don't wash your hands and feet, you will. One more piece. With Kure Rosh. Sorry. Shtuya Yain, it's in Yain Sheikh Altation. If a coin drank wine and then did the Avodah, Chinese edition, it says the Gemara Kure Rosh. What about, so again, Shtuya Yain, the Sig Yain Sheikh Altation. The passage is explicit. Torah says, do not drink wine or any toxic beverage and do the Avodah. Good. Kure Rosh. How do we know that a coin can't do the Avodah with voluntarily? So it does so. It's kind of Siv. Rosham Moyigalehu. Ukara Moyishalehu. So Torah says on one hand, he can't go ahead and shave his head, but he also can't let his hair grow long. So there's a juxtaposition between wine and letting his hair grow. He compares letting his hair grow to drinking wine. Just like drinking wine, ultimately against the Nisa. So to again, letting your hair grow, doing the avodah with long hair is also so much profundity in these as well. You know, the washing of the hands and feet. It says so many different things. Why is it that when to wash his hands and feet? It could be, but on a deeper level, what is it? So Rabbi says something so beautiful. He says, you know, that one of the great challenges of being a Kohen is you can go to your head. You go to your head, and a person should easily utilize this exalted position for self-aggrandizement, and ultimately to just stroke his ego. So what happens? Every day, during the first thing he does is he washes his hands and his feet. So that's just the feet take you where you want to go. The hands represent how you accomplish in this world. The Rabbi says when a Kohen walks into the Revelation, he's washing away his own self-interest. I'm going to go, not where I want to go with my feet. I'm going to go where the Baruch wants me. I wash my hands. I'm ultimately, what am I going to accomplish? Not just simply what I want, I'm going to accomplish what the Baruch wants. That the way that the Kohen goes ahead and enters into the Mikdash is by washing away Negios, washing away any personal interests. If I'm going to be successful in this role, I got to do it for God. I got to do it for the team. I got to do it for Cloud Israel. And I can't be doing it for me. What about, again, wine? Why can't the Kohen drink? Why is it on the most basic level? You can even send the guys who drinks wine, so nice you're going to be made. And that's not what's in the details. Rabbi said there's another issue. That wine is very important, and this is the deep learn about wine. But there's a wine on one end, the yang is how much about that. Wine could go ahead and bring incredible joy, like it does. We know it does. Shabbos, Yom Kippur, Purim about Levu Tova. When you come to these things, such close proximity to a powerful, your joy should emanate in one place only. And that's close to this threshold. There should be no external mediums to bring it out. You don't need it. It's a tremendous idea. We need wine, different kinds of life to kind of get us wanting to bring out the system. That's the nature of man. Like we saw before, sometimes we need wine to take the edge off. Sometimes we need wine to amplify or allow those things of sympathy to come out. But when you have such profound closeness to our Baruch, I don't need any of its things in this. I don't need anything to help me with that sympathy. You know why? Discover the greatest sympathy in the world needs. And closeness to us. That's what it is for us. You have the Kohen who has the unique privilege to serve the inner pieces, the inner sanctuary of the Baruch. He does not need wine to be able to find something. In fact, this is wine that invalidates the others. It's Kohen, the Simcha, has to come from pure, beautiful, unadulterated closeness that you're experiencing. For us also, to teach us, you know, we're all looking for happiness. When things happiness comes like this, when things happiness will come from money, and when things happiness will come from possessions, and when things happiness is going to come from career, that's going to come from this. And at the end of the day, happiness comes from one place and one place only. Closest to our Baruch. I need to give myself a feeling I have closest to our Baruch, and ultimately I have everything. Not only do I have everything, but I have beautiful, unbridled, incomparable, true, simple life. Only comes in close relationship with them. Alright, so let's stop over there for today. Shkoyach, everyone. Sorry I can't be there with you in person, but a tremendous zechus for you. You have a wonderful day.
Oh yeah, Ben from the Wikipedia. The writer, right? I have no clue. Remember where the turtle egg? Oh yes. How did you? Yeah, white boy that works too much. Yeah, he drank like 13 Modelo's.
Good morning,
Yeah, he
good
drank a
morning.
lot of Modelo's, but I guess he did
God,
a
I
fight.
can't even do it. Personally, but Baruch Hashem. It's discussed the learn together virtually, but I think all of our sponsors for this morning should thank our chemical sponsors, our annual chemical sponsors, Touch Hey Hey. Tilson Mishpach of Eretz Yisrael.
Okay, so there we go. That's it. So now it's like the beginning. They're just talking about a guy wearing a turtleneck. Yeah, fascinating. All right, well, back with another half, dude.
Dedicating all of the Shimon and Drashos to this year. As is close from the source, Pavos, our first conference for Under, Abba, the Tova, Kelly, and Zim, loving many of his father, Harry Kansi, Hirsch, and Yossi Cohen, and Ziv, and Levin, and Bergen families in memory of Mr. William Ziv, Zev Shmuel, and Yisrael, and a week of learning. All in Catholic College, memory of both grandfathers, Zakaria, Ben Zakaria, from the Rockville, from the American Torah, Dennis Shamus, Havnalia, and the family. Also, with that, we have a ridiculously overwhelmingly exciting topic today. Today's topic is the Baruch Hashem over Shabbos. We're able to get to the bottom of Aleph on days 81B, and we are actually from the bottom. Hagoyin es a kisva. So if one steals a kisva, so again, actually, by the time the price of the Gemara, so you got to the Gemara what that is. Mekalo bekosis, or one who goes ahead and curses. Now, the problem is literally curses with source. So someone uses some type of sorcery in order to create the curse. We'll see exactly again the Gemara what it means. Or one of those ahead. And has relations with a non-Jewish woman. Cannot impose them both. Zealots have the ability to go ahead and take this person's life. And I should point out that this is very, we're going to spend a lot of time on this topic. So don't reach your just yet. So actually says, this class only co-party. First to a non-Jewish woman, about this co-party. Cannot impose them both, actually says. And the other shade, and this canon can also show more. So who is the kind of this is someone, first of all, himself who's a kosher, someone himself who's an upstanding Jewish person, and this canon can also show a who really feel almost like they feel the pain of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Really, again, they fight the battle of the Gibbonim Shalom. So they're able to kill this person. So again, Kanonim see someone about, they see a Jew, committing an act of immorality with a non-Jewish woman, that's how this problem. Right? And you see a man is engaged in the act, they're allowed to go ahead and take it. But after any time, any substance Allah promotion. Again, the only way to kill them is to catch in the act. But afterwards, ultimately, again, they're not going to go ahead and do so. And interestingly enough, this is not something that's given over to Jews. We need it. Rather, again, this is unique. It's actually Allah promotion. Allah promotion. Sinai, that Paul around this, if a man goes and has relations with a non-Jewish woman, zealous is permitted to go ahead and take his life. Again, much more Russia required. Okay, Cohen should change the Torah. Give a Cohen who practiced this interest, the state of Torah. Any Akaba Cohen in the Rinos of David, so Charles had no bring to David. And what do they do? And the perfect queen was seen also put by the young Kohen take him out of the court of the nation. They must see it as local design. So they hit him on the head. They kill him. They can go ahead and literally translated split his skull. Split his skull with pieces, which are again pieces of wood. Pieces again, we're gonna these are just it's fun. You go ahead, okay, see pieces of wood. It's actually the mikdash. If you have a non-Jew who serves in the days of mikdash, then you keep all the chenek, and you give the sense punishment is the chenek. From the same no, it's misinformation. It's still the all right. Really, a lot to unpack in this condition. So let's go. Says the Gemara, my kisva. So the first Mishnah talking was that if somebody steals a kisva, so again, the Chaim is told us what's a kisva? Already Huda, please sharis. This refers to a service utensil. So kisva is the utensil used in the basic service. So Omer, that's kashos and so again, the pasuk that's a way to define this idea that if somebody goes ahead and steals the utensil services for the basic interest, not imposing, but someone's allowed to kill them. The pasuk says, so we're going to play on the words. So remember again, this section is talking about technically about the Leviim who are obligated to transport the others. The law was that the ark had to be covered by the Kohanim before the Levine would take hold of this music. The Margarchis over here below little bit again, we should not stand idly by while the base Mikdash is being diminished. The boss of the base is being diminished. Rather again, those who are causing the diminution of the base Mikdash, in this case, the stealing of the Sharis, are makes ultimately should be protected. So incredible. So that's the first case. A person who goes ahead and steals an object from the base, he tries to steal his utensil, Next, the Gemara says, when it goes down literally against curses with sorcery, what is it? The person says the sorcery should curse the one who gave the curse sorcery its power. So it's very special. So a person curses with the sorcery. Ultimately, like in the sorcery should go ahead and curse again to his creator, and the one who endowed it with its power. Therefore, again, the case of Kosein is a person cursing with sorcery. Okay? Next, it looks like this is not going to be the bulk of our So, of course, the one that really catches our attention dramatically is that the Mishnah says that if a man goes ahead and has relations with a non-Jewish woman, is talking about Shatana is zealot. Now, again, remember, so now we define what is zealot. Zealot is someone who self is a kosher, but it's actually pointed out over here. The Russian was B'nei Adam Kshirim, is near Adam Kosher, and their motivation is totally to defend the honor of HaKadosh. So, if we catch a Jewish man in this act, in the act, they're allowed to take his life. If it's after the fact, they're not allowed to do anything. If it's days, they can't do anything either. Alright, so that's analyze. But I mean, that's kind of mirror. So let's talk about things. So, even to it. So, if kind of has to follow the passion of God. Most people both know. What happens if, let's say there were no zealots around? There were no zealots around. And so the person, the Jewish man, committed this Sahara with his non-Jewish woman. So what is his punishment under those circumstances? So the Gemara says, so Rab forgot. He forgot the halacha. He didn't remember the halacha of this particular circumstance. He forgot. So the Gemara says, that man just had a dream. And in his dream, he saw the following passage. Bogdo Yehuda, V'to'iva Nasta V'Yisrael Yerushalayim, Ki Chilal Yehuda Kodesh Hashem Asher Ahav, U'Baal Bas El Necha. So he quotes over here the pasuk from Malachi, where the pasuk literally says again, Yehuda rebelled against Hashem, engaged in an abomination, or an abomination referred to the Stone in Yerushalayim, because Yehuda profaned the Kodesh, that was love, and Baal Bas El Necha. Relations again with the daughter of El Necha, an alien god. So this was the dream. So he dreamed of Kahana. So again, just to follow the progression over here. Someone asked Rabbi, what happens if a Jewish man has relations with a non-Jewish woman, and no one caught him in the act? So again, no one's allowed to kill him, obviously. Nathan can't even do anything. What's his punishment? Ex post facto, what's his punishment? Rabbi couldn't remember. That night, Rav Kahana has a dream, and in the dream, he sees this passage. So what happens? Amalei, how can you tell you? So Rav Kahana told Rav the dream. And I said, as a result of that dream, I'm praying Rav Ligmari. Rav remembered the teaching. You remember the movement. What's the source? And apparently, again, the process jogged his memory. Because he's going to see the first person process. Yehuda result, what's that? It's not only so common. It's the first idolatry. The people Omer, so to which says, that God can be based. He's son of Hashem. Vitro Eva Nesta Israel. What does it mean? An abomination with no one about Israel. Usually. Zemish Kabzah. This is the first homosexual activity. Omer, that's the Zachar of Kishka Mishkavei Isha. Yehuda Kodesh Hashem, because Yehuda has faith in the sanctity of Hashem. This refers ultimately again to a zone to a harlot. Omer Loyia Kodesh. Also again, so the nothing of your Malachi is taking quality of the best of all these different things that lastly, the fall of Baskel is that relation really again with the daughter of the Indian God. What is that? This refers to a Jew who has relations with the non-Jewish woman. That's what it means by relations with the daughter of the Indian God. Have relations with the non-Jewish woman. What does it say afterwards? Yachdeis Hashem le'ish asher ya'asena va'ola melokei Yaakov u'magish mincha la'Hashem tzivakos. So this is the punishment. So what's the punishment? Here we go. Become culpable. So if the Jew who committed this transgression in relation to the non-Jewish women
That's a
become
lot of the set is just
then
him
what?
saying something about what they said.
Lo yeh lo en b'chachamim v'ona b'tamim.
Yeah, he's doing it. What
Son
else?
will not be a
He's
Talmid
got the shop show.
So they literally translated, see if it's a Talmid Chacham who got relations with his non-Jewish woman. And it means literally again, his son will not be amongst those who are awakened, right? Those who are bright in the Talmidim, and nor will he be able to converse with Talmidim. So again, the punishment for a Talmid Chacham who has relations with a non-Jewish woman, ultimately again, it's one of us as a Talmid Chacham. They're going to say that, well, let's one more line, in Kohen, and if he's a Kohen, lo yeh lo then magish min chalash Kohen, his son will not continue in his Kohanic path. Again, his son will not be in the Talmud. So I just point out something interesting. First of all, a couple of very interesting ideas. Number one, Sassing here is talking about talking about relations with non-Jews. This teaches you something amazing. That no person is above temptation. And no person is above sin. A person can get Talmid Chacham, learning Torah about Hashem Yalom Alayla day and night. But a man is a man, the person is usually doing. We all have our weaknesses and we all have our wants, our lusts, our desires. It's so important to be real about these things. Sometimes we like to think about it a little bit. There's certain things that are beyond us, but I would never do that. Yes, you would. Yes, you would. Given the opportunity, we would do a lot of different things. And even the greatest of Talmid Chachamim, unfortunately, is only to the level of immorality. Really important to sell it. The other interesting idea is if you notice the pattern. So this is Talmid Chacham as relations to non-Jewish women. His son will not be a Talmid Chacham. His son's not going to become meaning what? That I think it's specifically like immorality. Immorality imprints itself on a mishpach, and specifically imprints itself on children. An immoral father cannot raise up his son. And this is irrelevant to the son. Knows about the father is, doesn't know about it. It's a thing in lookiness. But there are certain things that fundamentally teach what immorality is one of them. So a man goes ahead and engages in this type of a relationship. And again, what's fascinating about this is like, it's not one of like the arayos that's punishable by use or by something else. Remember, again, this is kano and hoginbo, but if the kano doesn't get the person in the middle of the act, there's no follow-up from it. There's no follow-up from it, at least in basic level. But yet again, you see that this level of moral trespass is so profound that it imprints on my choice. I could be greatest Talmid in the world, but if I do this, my kids are not going to be Talmid. I could be a Kohen, but if I do this, my kids are going to, and again, it's not a punishment. I think it's a result. If I am wrapped up in immorality and manifest by God or having relations with these other women, by definition, that is going to impact my ability to raise and inspire family. It's not a punishment. It's just the reality. It's just a fact. It's just the way that it works. It's such an incredible gemara. I'm Rabbi Baraguya. Kalabala is just through miscutting the whole thing. Rabbi has relations with non-Jewish women as if he's married like Alfred. Simply, plus it says, Baal Bas El Mishai. Plus it says he has relations with the daughter of an alien God. If he Bas Yisrael El Mishai doesn't know his daughter have a daughter, and let's say how Baal is this. It's the first Jewish man who has relations with non-Jewish women. Rabbi Baraguya. This is incredible. So remember again, one of the kings of Kali Saul was a man named Yehoiakim. Unfortunately, again, was a bully that on the Torah. Who unfortunately, again, led Kali Saul in a very deleterious path. Part of his punishment was that the Rabbi told him you're not going to be buried all the way. So it was written on the skull of Yehoiakim, Zos va'od acheres. This will happen to you, and another thing will happen to you. Now, we'll see what they mean in just a moment. So, Gemara tells an incredible story. Zekino Rabbi Preda, Ashkel Chahu Gulasa, the Habishashe B'Shar Yisha. So the grandfather, his father, well, Zekino is usually the grandfather, of Rabbi Preda, found the skull. And the skull ultimately again was cast to the side by the gates of Yerushalayim. So the city he did, Zos va'od acheres. And on the skull was written the phrase, Zos this and something else. Now, you didn't realize that this was the skull of the king Yehoiakim. So what did he do? Cover up. He buried his skull. It's got to be a Jew, but he buried the skull. V'hadar novel. Cover up v'hadar novel. So every time he buried it, the skull lays back out of the ground. Buried it again, it raised back out of the ground. Okay? Amar Hai will also show you on your. So you realize this must be the skull of the Sidney, full as common cover, skull of a hashlik, and a hammer of Shari Shalom. The Nabi said to your Yokim, the Nabi told Rabbi said, you are going to be buried like a tank. Just like nobody takes the time to bury a tank, his heart is destroyed by the side, so to your body is going to be thrown by the side, not buried. But nevertheless, the grandfather Rabbi Rabbi said, nevertheless, again, he said, you know what? It's not right. Even though Yom Yakin deserves, all this stuff at the end of the day, he's still a king. And as a king, he deserves some level of cover in the way that his remains are treated. So what happened? So what did the grandfather Rabbi prayed to do? So listen to this. So goes there, this sifta. So he went ahead and he wrapped it. He realized he can't bury it because everything buried it like that. Yeah, so what did he do? Wrapped it in a piece of silk and put it in a box. Okay, I say to this, Chazi say. So what happened? So the grandfather of Rabbi Peda, his wife came home. And she said, that's interesting. There's a skull in silk in a box. Okay. So she decided to talk to her neighbor about it. I'm going to literally say. So she said, they were talking, the neighbors were talking, this must be the skull of your husband's first wife. So apparently, again, this marriage is the second marriage, right? The grandfather was married before. And the neighbor says for the contract right there, this must be the skull of his first wife. The Lord commands you, and what happens? And clearly, your husband cannot forget about his first wife. So what did the wife do? Shagarta l'tanura b'kas. She took the skull, threw it into the oven, and it was incinerated. He also, when the grandfather came back, Amar entered the city, Zos v'odachar. Now I understand the meaning of all the skull. Zos, you won't be buried normally. And number two, again, really ultimately the skull was incinerated. You also have the Amar. So the days of Kashmonai, the days of Kashmonai, they were Kohanim. They made their bathing made zero. What was the zero? Amala Isis, Hayib Aram Yishum Nash God. If a man has a relationship with a Jewish woman, he is Hayib because of Nash God. Four things. Now, by the way, what's Nashka? We'll see in just a moment. So Nashka is meat and nun is Nida. Now, this is interesting because remember again, I want to Nida apply to Jews and don't apply to non-Jews. Again, remember, the days of Kashmir were trying very hard to ensure that Jewish men would not be having relations with non-Jewish women for a variety of reasons, morality, marriage, all these things. So they kind of threw the book this relationship. So it says, Jewish parents listen to non-Jewish women. She's a Nida. Number two, Shifcha. For the Jewish men having relations with Shifcha. So they're right. Number three, Gimel Goya. There's a typical prohibition that against having relations with a non-Jewish woman. And ultimately, Aleph is Isha. She's married. Ultimately, it's adultery. Okay? Yes, Rabbi, Mishum Nashgaz. Rabbi came along and he said it's not Nashga, but rather it's Nashgaz. Again, he agreed on the first three, the Shifcha Goya, Zona. He takes out Isha's Ish, married woman, and puts in Zona. Why did this? Mishum Ishus, less little. Because apparently the Kusim were not so active on marriage. You're immoral, therefore they didn't really have monogamous relationships. Therefore, it didn't make sense to put Isha's Ish. Instead, it makes more sense to put in Zona. The Ida, the first opinion would say, Shayu Badela Mukila. Okay, so it might be true they didn't have like a formal concept of marriage. You have to usually assume, but when I said they still had an institution of marriage. And they still had a monogamous relationship. Therefore, if a man has a relationship with a married priestess, it's Ashes Ish. Okay, incredible. I'm going to kiss stuff. Habal the Mok Emot. It's also now. Now we're beginning to kind of, fill this out a little bit. So what still be here is the severity of a Jewish man having relationships with a non-Jewish man. Days in Hashmonayim, Nashgaz, other days in Nashka, either way, or Nashka, based on Hashmonayim, Nashgaz, but we're keeping it very up. The point, the Mishnah says that if Hanan is zealot, as we define him, catches a Jewish man in the act, he's committed to go ahead and take his life. The Gemara says, by the way, the Gemara says, I'm going to this dog. How about the somebody comes to ask this Shaila, a motive. You do not actually instruct them to do this. So Rashi says over here, I'm going to this dog. Hanoi habal limbof b'beis chasmai say yitkabo a motive shelo nemar elam kamini atzmo. This is very interesting. So let's say again. Let's say Reuben is having a relationship with Moses, right? And now what happens? Shimon is a kanoi, right? He's very dance, asking anything on a kanoi, right? He's a kanoi. And he shows up in Days. He says, Days, Reuben is having a relationship with Moses. Can I kill him? The halacha is Days does not instruct you to do this. Rashi points out that it is. The concept of kanoi holding both is a person acting motivated by their own sense of religious self. So I can't tell you again how incredibly dangerous this is. Because remember again, the person who's being carried this out has to make sure that he is not just deciding that he's a kosher, and that he's doing this for all right reasons. That's why Allah says we don't. This is Allah promotion we see now. We remember we're going to learn this from Pentecost. That's just custom, but we don't pass the word. We don't instruct people to do this. So if someone comes to these and asks, says, should I do this? Tell them, no, don't do it. Don't do it. This is a unique halacha. If someone acts of their own volition and satisfies the criteria, you're not liable for it. Right? But the nice Bezdin will never instruct someone to actually do this. So the Gemara says, somebody asks, right? Literally, somebody comes to days, right? Somebody comes to days and Reuben is not having a relationship with the Kusis, and I'm a kanoi. So can I do it? No. So no, do not do it. You must roll, not only that, other should finish, specifically the heart will be crossed. Yeah. So remember again, we're going to get to this moment. The paradigmatic example of this was, or the paradigmatic example, the episode where this happened is the story of Pinchas. So again, Zimri was a tribal prince of Shimon, had relations with Husband, a Midianite princess. They engaged actually in public act of immorality, and Pinchas killed Zimri. Pinchas kills Zimri and Husband, kills them both. So this is the story that gives rise to this concept of Haboel, Aramis, Haboel, Husis, Hanoim, Poking Ball. It's based on Pinchas. So this just showed you what a dangerous thing this whole thing is. Listen to this. Should Kirish Zimri Bahargo Pinchas? Never at all. But let's say Pinchas killed Zimri after Zimri had already finished the act. Let's say Zimri finished the Cosby. And then Pinchas killed him. Pinchas was in line over bloodshed. Because now I don't know. Pinchas in the Aragala. So you wrote it in front of the war. Pinchas is trying to come and kill Zimri. Zimri turned around and killed Pinchas. Zimri would not die. Why not? Because Pinchas has the din of a road. So you just see how fascinating this is. Even though the law says that a kanoi is allowed to kill someone who is having relations with an Aramis. But again, it's not part of the legal system. It's a left promotion to the point therefore that the kanoi has the din of a road. So if the Jewish man defends himself and kills the kanoi, it's terrible. So had Zimri turned around and killed Pinchas, Zimri wouldn't be chayiv. Incredible. Zimri was like that. Remember, what did all of this happen? Balak, the king of Moab, went ahead and hired Bilam to curse the Jews. Bilam was unable to successfully curse the Jews. So what does Bilam say? Bilam says to Balak, listen, lure the Jewish men into immorality. I can't curse them, but immorality is the Achilles heel of Cloud Yisrael and the Achilles heel of man. So what happened? So Moab, essentially the Moabite men, lured the Jewish men into immorality. The tribe that we felt for this most was Shimon. So what happened? So the tribe of Shimon came to their tribal prince Zimri. She said to Zimri, Zimri, they're sentencing us to death because we're engaged in immorality. You're just sitting here doing nothing. You're sitting here being quiet. What did Zimri do? Zimri gathered 24,000 people. Gathered 24,000 people. Bahala ate on Cosby, and he went over to Cosby. Cosby was in the United Princess. He says to her, Amrullah, Hashmiyuli, have relations with me. Right? So Zimri wanted to make a spectacle. So he says, Cosby, submit to me, have relations with me. Amrullah, lo basmelach ani, chitzivali ani, lo tishma ela redodo shebahem. So she said, listen, first of all, Zimri's a nice guy, and I'm a princess. I'm a princess. And my father said I could only have relations with, the melech, the king of the Jewish people. Okay? Amrullah, Afu Nasi Sheva. So Zimri, listen, I'm a Nasi. He refers to himself in third person. I'm a tribal prince. Below, not only that, I'm even greater than Moshe. How so? Shu Sheni Rebecca, I'm a second-born son, a second-born child, and Moshe is a third-born child. So you see, I'm even greater than the leader of the Jewish people. So what does he do? Tough subject Melissa. So Zimri literally took Puffy by the hair. The Via Eitalosha. She brought him before Moshe. Amrullah ben Amram. Zurasura or Musar. Moshe, tell me, is this woman mutter or asr? Is this woman mutter or asr to me? Ben Tomar Asura. And if you say that she's asura to me, who allowed you to marry the daughter of Yisrael? You hear this incredible chutzpah? So he says to Moshe, tell me, is this woman mutter or asr to me? And by the way, before you say asr, what you know you're going to say, who allowed you to marry Tzipporah? Who allowed you to marry the daughter of Yisrael? It's incredible. So the Gemara says, this other than a halacha. Moshe Rabbeinu, in that moment, you put him among halacha. He just put him among halacha. So go pull him in here. What's the first one out of the body? So everybody started crying. You have to understand in order to this moment. Like, Zimri is confronting Moshe Rabbeinu, challenging Moshe Rabbeinu as a God. And Moshe Rabbeinu, who's memorized all the answers all the time, right? Moshe Rabbeinu is the one who's like the spoon of Christ who navigates us through every single crisis, has nothing to say in this moment. Everyone just begins to cry. So what happens? Behind the Siv, invoking Pesach or Siv, Vayar Pinchas ben Elazar. And then what happens? The pasuk says Pinchas ben Elazar saw. I asks the Gemara, what did Pinchas see? Omarav Ra'a Ma'aser Miskar Halacha. He saw everything else happening, and Pinchas remembered the Halacha. Amrullah, Achi Abi Abba, literally again, the brother of my grandfather. Remember again. Pinchas was the son of Elazar, the grandson of Aaron. So Moshe Rabbeinu was his great uncle. So brother of my father's father. So apparently by the time he did it, definitely had Sinai. You taught us, Moshe Rabbeinu, you taught us. When you came down from our Sinai, Abolas Akusis, Kinoim Togimbo. Moshe, you taught us a halach, literally, a halacha of Moshe in Sinai. You came down from our Sinai and you taught us the following halacha. If a man has a relationship with a non-Jewish woman, you're allowed to kill him. So again, with all the complications, like catching the act, everything else. On the Moshe is right. I remember they said, kind of, the one who reads the letter, he should be the man. In other words, Pinchas. The other one remembered the halacha. So therefore, again, you're the one who should carry out this thing. Shmuel says, no, it's something different. Shmuel says, Pinchas says something different. Literally translated, there's no wisdom, there's no understanding, there's no counsel, neged Hashem, opposite Hashem. What does that mean? So according to this approach, what happened over here is as follows. Pinchas saw everything else happening. Some Muslims forgot the halacha. Pinchas knew the halacha. Pinchas acted without consulting Moshe. Under normal circumstances, we know you can't act. The Talmud can't act without consulting the Rabbi. The extent Pinchas acted of his own volition. Why? Because when it's still Hashem, we do not worry about the covenant. When it's still Hashem, we act decisively. So the Gemara says, Amar Yitzchak, Amar Elazar, Pinchas saw that the Malach was coming because there was some morality going on. The Malach was just destroying and spilling everyone. So Pinchas goes, so I just want to point out how fascinating this is. Really two different versions of the story. Version number one, right? Well, everyone agrees, much when they forgot the halacha. He forgot the halacha. In version number one, Pinchas reminds him of the halacha. Moshe says, yeah, that's the halacha Moshe is doing, right? Moshe says, you remember it, so you carry it out. In version number two, Pinchas never even, Moshe forgot the halacha. Pinchas didn't consult him. Pinchas just acted. Pinchas just acted. There's tremendous anticipation of God's being recurring, and Pinchas just acted. Because when there's a Chilul Hashem, all other conventions and all other frameworks simply go out the window. The Gemara goes like that. Pinchas got up and he took a spear. It's very interesting. The Gemara says, you can't change the Muslim because he's trying to do something. Now, the fact that it says Pinchas got up and he took a spear, Pinchas did not have a spear with us. Where was Pinchas? Pinchas was in the base medrash. And the Gemara says, you see from here that you do not bring weapons into the base medrash. Into the base medrash, I'm sorry. You do not bring it into the base medrash. You can't say this lesson with Giant, the base medrash. So this is really very interesting. So, by the way, this is, if you think about it, what's the logic of not bringing weaponry into the base medrash? The base medrash is where we go to go ahead and prolong life. Weapons go ahead and curtail or shorten life. There's a lot of interesting contemporary discussion about this. It's about weaponry in the base medrash. In any event, so what did Pinchas do? He got up, he got a spear. Now, Pinchas understood that he was outnumbered. Right? He did not want to go at it with Shevet of Shimon. So what did he do? Shalach Shmuel, the Nichabon took the spear, he unscrewed the tip of the spear, and he put it in his bow. So what I knew what to do. But my mission, let's say 3 days, 1 day. I told you, 82 beats. Now, so he took the tip of the spear and hit his clothing, and he used like the shaft of the spear as a walking stick. So he goes to the area where Shevet of Shimon is. Pinchas says, why should Shevet lady be any holier than Shimon? What is that? He's saying like this, Shimon, you guys are having a great time. Right? You're really living it up, enjoying all this debauchery, this immorality. So why should Shevet lady lose out? I'm from Shevet lady. Why should we enjoy life any less than you? So they said, wow. Right? Because right, look at this, Pinchas is here. And clearly he's here to satisfy his own needs as well. Lenin, Nichnas, so the Gemara says, Nichnas, Tekiyo Kushin as Hadala. So he said, let him in. Because after all, again, that even the holiest of people are permitting relations with non-Jews. It's incredible. Rabbi Yochanan says, she is not small with Pinchas. 6 miracles occur to Pinchas in this episode. Number 1, Echad, Shahayelo Zimri Lefosh Lofi. First of all, Pinchas walks in. And literally, Zimri is having relations with something. So one would have thought that, Zimri sees Pinchas. This is almost basic. One would have thought that Zimri would have stopped. But he didn't stop. He should have cried out, right? Especially when he saw that Pinchas was getting ready to kill him. And he didn't cry out. So you're going to see Pinchas killed Zimri and Chazi as they were actually engaged in the act of relations. And he sort of like pierced them through both of their sexual organs. Another miracle. He lifted them up on the spear, right? And he did not fall off the spear. Malach lifted up like the lintel, the doorway. So again, Pinchas went out miraculously, holding Zimri and Chazi on the spear. So the Malach came up and lifted up the door so he can get out. And Malach then again at the same time was also kind of wreaking havoc. He was killing out people who were immoral, and that kept everybody else distracted while Pinchas killed Zimri and Chazi. So Pinchas came and threw down the bodies of Zimri and Chazi in front of because of these two people, 24,000 Jews should lose their lives. Pinchas is coming out of the he is a Canaanite with righteous indignation. You're going to hold the whole people accountable because of the actions of these two. Shemeh and Mari, the Gemara says, you are mixing around. Well, first one, right? Above Esmalach, the Hainu Kisid is what it means when it says, Vayamo Pinchas Vayipalel. The pasuk says Pinchas stood Vayipalel. Interestingly enough, Amir Belazar Vayispalel lo Nemar doesn't say Pinchas. Davin Elo Vayipalel. Now, by the way, the Shorish of Palal, Pelam and Lamed, means to judge. The Lamed Kibiyachol Sha'asa Politos in Kono. So, literally, again, that Pinchas was judging HaKadosh Baruch Hu. He had kindness. He had like rebuked Fresh and how can you do this to people? Two ringleaders, and everyone else being held responsible. So, picture Malach Yashar is the judge. So, the Malach